say you're pretty good at conversation. I got a way of over-articulating. But when you first looked my way, I forgot my own name. Stuttering, stumbling, falling apart. Feels like I lost my mind but found my heart. It's like I'm dreaming while I'm wide awake. Now I could ever explain it. No words do it justice. But I'm sure gonna try. It's wild, can't tame it. It's safe but it's dangerous. Only you can bring these words to life. You are my living, breathing love divine. Call it dumb love, you got me love struck. Can't get enough of this high. Can't deny that you're the cause and the cure of these clumsy No word could ever explain this. Oh, the words do it justice, but I'm sure gonna try. Oh, it's wild, can't take it. It's safe, but it's dangerous. Only you can bring these words to life. You are my living, breathing love.
Welcome one and all here to our coverage of NTFA Premier League here on City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5 and via the TSL live stream as Groobs opens his can for the day. It's a Coca-Cola, of course. And my name's Dave Moore. And with me today is Matt Donaldson, also David Gruber on stats and Chris Sayer out there on the ground. And our cameraman today on the stream is Job. So thanks to our team in advance. What should be a good day's footy. It's round 13. It's Deloraine versus South Launceston. It's one of the top teams in the comp, running second at the moment against the fourth team who looks set to make finals. Next week we'll probably decide that when they play North Launceston. But if they're set for a finals berth, they want to test themselves today against one of the best in the comp, Matt Donaldson.
Yeah, they definitely do. Thanks, Dave Moore. And we've got a pretty good day for it here too. Current temp out there, I think it was 12.4 when I checked earlier. Oh, they got 14.4 degrees here in Youngtown.
Not bad, considering what
feels like about 12.2. Chris Sayer's got the arms in the air saying, what are you talking about, boys? He's out doing the hard yards for us. Chris Sayer, what have you got for us? Good afternoon.
You're doing my job, mate. Come on. I was about to say, it's a lovely 14 degrees. It's almost balmy. I mean, we've had some pretty chilly Saturdays out here at Youngtown. It's quite warm out here now. Slight breeze favouring that northern end, perhaps the pocket, that the big gum tree over there. Not a strong breeze at all, just that slight zephyr, if you want to call it that. The ground's in good nick. The cricket pitch in the middle of the ground makes it a bit sticky, so they've avoided that by moving the centre circle a bit to the far away wing from you guys.
Yes.
To avoid that muddy patch. There's a few sandy spots on the ground that they've put in to even out a bit, but it's a pretty good day out here.
Thank you, Chris. And if you're just joining us at the women's game, just played it previously, I think it was 6-6-42. South Launceston defeated Deloraine 2-10-22. Did you get the score down, Matt?
That's correct. I didn't get the final score down.
I think
you're pretty much spot on there. And also the reserves earlier today. Yes. I've got the reserve score here. Big win to South Launceston. So it was South Launceston 29-9, 183. Defeated Deloraine at 2-1-13.
Throughout the day, we'll give you full coverage of scores in the Premier League. And at half-time, we'll go through all the scores in the NTFA and all the leagues. So stay tuned there at half-time for that. Deloraine and South Launceston in their respective huddles. And we suspect, Chris, if you're still with us there, how strong's that breeze at the moment?
Hardly there at all.
Yes.
Really just a slight breeze, so I don't think it's going to affect the game at all. Whoever wins the toss probably will choose the northern end, but I think that's because it's the scoring end. By tradition in the first quarter, it's not much wind at all.
Thank you very much, Chris. So we're looking at the two teams. I'm hearing on good authority that South Launceston are pretty much almost at full strength. I know they haven't got no Jay Blackberry today, but They've got a good blend of youth and experience. There's some players that have played quite a number of games up here at the Kennel, plus some youngsters, exciting youngsters coming in. Deloraine, of course, they rely a lot on their midfield players such as Kai Chilcott, Ryan Byrne, Layden Bloomfield up forward, also Darcy Hewitt. But they're a developing team, and as I say, I don't think they're going to win this afternoon. I have to be honest about that. I'm interested in the margin. I'm interested in how close Deloraine can get to bridge that gap.
Yeah, absolutely, David. Look, hopefully we see a really competitive effort from Deloraine this afternoon. And you mentioned some of those names in terms of their key goal kickers like Bloomfield, Chilcott, Ben Smith, Darcy Hewitt, James Newsom. A couple of names I've highlighted for South Launceston that we saw run around at the NTCA ground last Saturday afternoon in Tommy Graham, Matthew Lee, Oliver Dean and Harry Charlesworth all played in the NTFA rep side last week.
So Oliver Dean is, of course, a big towering presence up there in the forward line.
Sure
He played pretty well last week.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And Tom Graham didn't look out of place at that standard either as a midfielder. Almost time to get things underway here. It's Youngtown Oval. It's South Launceston home team up against Deloraine. Up they go. Hard to tell who won the tap there. Might have been Dean, but it's going to be a secondary ball up in the centre of the ground, which is, as we said, quite firm. It's Cade Howe going up against Dean. Spills to the side of the contest. Tom Graham wrestles his opponent Ryan Byrne in a tackle, and we'll get our third ball up for the day. Dave Gruber on stats. Good afternoon. Oh, I haven't turned you on. Try again.
Okay. Hello, Dave.
That's better, mate.
Okay.
It's the best in the business this afternoon. He'll give us all the stats as we go through the afternoon. And I was going to say ball up number 4, but we've got a free kick this time. Holding the ball. It's going to go against the Kangaroos, and Farrelly takes it away. Hunter Farrelly kicks inside 50. Who's his target up there? Oh, gee, that's a good mark. Oh, I reckon that's Chase Oliver, the youngster there. Let's see if the number 13's on the Guernsey there.
You are spot on, Dave. Yeah, Chase Oliver's
Chase
taken
Oliver. The young player made his way into the competition last year. A really impressive game at Longford last year and a thrilling victory. And he's taken the mark. Just had the big extension of the arms there.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
The
Good grab.
Jack Rewaltz. He's going to line up. We deliver from about 45 out, 45-degree angle. Kicking to the northern end of Youngtown Oval. Chase Oliver to get things underway. Umpire does a lot of work, and it's one behind. So South Launceston one behind. Lead Deloraine yet to score. Here's Matt Donaldson for City Park Radio Sport.
So it'll be Deloraine to bring this one back in through Liam Taylor. So Liam Taylor in the defensive goal square. Been going just 90 seconds in this first term. Short pass, and he's found the teammate there.
That's Jack
Deloraine.
Durack.
Jack Durack. So he is the 24, I'd
suspect.
say. I think you might be right. Jack Durack gave the quick handball away, and they've moved this ball to half forward already. Loose footy. Socket off the ground there by Dylan Hall. Dylan Hall sockers it off the ground, gets it close to the goal square. Players in pursuit. Darcy Hewitt's right there. Overruns it. So's Ben Smith. Loose ball in the goal square here for Deloraine. Trickles over the goal line, and we see a rush behind. So Deloraine open their account with a rush behind, and it's one behind apiece. Dave Moore.
As out for fullback Lockie Taylor. His kick's no good though. Straight to Oliver Neat. Oh, he kicks it straight to the man on the mark. Off the ground though. Here's a chance for the Kangaroos. Front position there, Seb Page. Laser tackle. Releases a teammate there in Hibbs. And they're out now from the fullback line. South Launceston kick up the wing. Off hands. Beautifully roved there by Taylor. Gets the handball away. Bounce on the wing. Good work there by Charlesworth. Kicks up towards the scoreboard. Oliver Dean's there, beats them out of bounds. And Darcy Hewitt, Matt, had an air swing in the goal square before.
Yeah, he did. He was pretty close.
He just he wanted the right bounce and he just missed it in midair.
Didn't quite get the bounce he was after, but a good bit also for Deloraine there as well. But South Launceston moved that ball from defence pretty quick, and we find ourselves with a boundary throw-in about 30 metres around from South Launceston goal. We're going 3 minutes in this first term. And boundary umpire brings this one back into play. Oliver Dean gets the front position and taps it down to a teammate there in Brendan Taylor. Brendan Taylor gets it close towards goal. This is right on the goal line there, and it's trickled over for a rush behind. So a few behinds here so far. So 2 behinds to South Launceston, 1 behind to Deloraine. We've been going 3.5 minutes. And Deloraine to bring this ball back in through Liam Taylor again. So Liam Taylor going to bring this ball back in from Deloraine from the defensive goal square, and he pops it up just outside 50, trying to find a teammate there in Jack Durack. Goes past him. Ball moving forward though for Deloraine, bouncing footy only as far as Kurt Hibbs. Kurt Hibbs tackled immediately, and we'll have a ball up right in front of us. 3:45 gone on the clock.
So ball up inside the centre square here for the attacking side of the centre square here for the Kangaroos. Winning the tap there for South Launceston was Caleb Nason. He's an impressive first-year player here at the Bulldogs. Getting it, though, was, I think that's the number 16. We'll get that one checked out as well. So a few new numbers here at the moment. Harry Charlesworth gets it back with a give and go there from Alex Jordan. Ends up with Tom Graham. Back to Charlesworth, who's met heavily. Kick inside 50 by Taylor. Gets to Dean. Dean handball to Gibson, who's under immediate pressure. Might have been holding the ball. Bloomfield gets it. Gets it to teammate there. He gets caught high, and that's Dylan Gleeson.
So Dylan Gleeson with the relieving free kick. Umpire's blown the whistle, and they'll have to bring this ball back into play here for Gleeson. So it'll be Dylan Gleeson at full-back, who copped one high. So we're deep in defence here for Deloraine. So Gleeson for Deloraine. Looks to go sideways and dart. He's got a teammate right in front of the scoreboard there, and that's Liam Taylor. So Taylor pops this one a bit further down the field into the number 16 there. So we'll have to check that number for us. So it is, there's a number 16 out there for Deloraine. Anyway, meanwhile, Deloraine have moved this ball out to that outer wing. Sweeping handball was Newsom. Handball cut off. Here's a chance for South. Tackled immediately there was Bailey Lowe. Players converge on this footy. Umpire says, give it to me. We will have a ball up. We've been going just over 5 minutes, and it's South Launceston by one behind.
Good start here from Deloraine. Through the first 5 minutes, they've been ultra competitive. They've had some 450 entries. They might have got a goal with a bit more luck. We're pushing the back, have we? Or are we going to have the ball up here?
Ball up.
Ball up. So Tom Graham gets the ball back to the umpire. So you've got some number changes here for a moment for you, Matt. But I'll wait till I hand over to you in a sec. There's on the wing. The handball over the top there from Logan Smith, looking for Tom Graham. He's tackled from behind. Good tackling there from Dylan Hall. And it's out of bounds. Matt, take over while I get some of these numbers sorted.
Sure can, thanks Dave. So we'll have a boundary throw in on that outer side. Been going 6 minutes now. South Launceston 2 behind, Deloraine 1 behind. And in fact, there's been a free kick to Deloraine. So free kick going the way of Oliver Jones. So Oliver Jones takes this, brings it back in board, and he spots up a teammate there in Dylan Hall. So this is Dylan Hall. Just on the wing side of that square. Dylan Hall brings into the centre square. Comes off a player's hands there. Loose footy chance for South Launceston to repel. Sweeping handball there from Logan Smith. And that was intercepted. The whistle's gone. And it's come back to be a free kick to South Launceston through Kurt Hibbs at centre half back. Hibbs handballs off, finds Alex Jordan. Alex Jordan goes down towards the paint of 50, but Leighton Bloomfield there has taken a good intercept mark for Deloraine. So Bloomfield looks to wheel and go and does just that. Get a bit of distance with that kick, but it's going to be a turnover. Nice intercept mark taken by Alex Jordan. So Jordan looks to move and go, bring the ball over onto this side. Here's Hunter Farrelly. Farrelly tackled. Oh, gets a handball away. It was a pretty good tackle there by Nate Bramage. Still ends up with South Launceston though. This is Kurt Hibbs with a sweeping handball over the top. He's got it to Hunter Farrelly. Farrelly through some traffic. Gets it to Charlesworth. Charlesworth bombs it down towards 50. Been a free kick. Whistle and a free kick going the way of Deloraine.
Interesting, Leighton Bloomfield playing in defence. 11 goals this season, but obviously the matchups there. Chase Oliver, fellow tall player. He coughs it up though this time to Caleb Nason. I've given Matt all the jumper changes, which has been a few. Although not poor work there from Nason because they give it straight up to Deloraine. High tackle there on Darcy Hewitt, who's up the ground. So Darcy Hewitt, number 11. He's kicked 11 goals this season. Gets back off the mark. Chips the footy forward. Who have they got there as targets? The player might have been pushed out, and he was. So he might be nearly in range here with the breeze. Play on now. Ben Smith, I think it is, kicks towards the goal square, and it's one behind. It was indeed Ben Smith, playing in the short sleeves today. Seen him in the longer sleeves so far this year. One behind, so it's 2 behinds apiece. It's a World Cup score at the moment, 2-2. As out from defence comes Woodcock Davis. Clears it long up the wing. Gee, that's a lovely kick. Almost a mark over there. Hunter Farrelly scoops it sideways to Nason. Gets it back here in the direction of Bailey Lowe. Gets out of a tackle just. His possession was pressured though. Cleared now by Dylan Hall to the centre. Ryan Byrne with courage takes the mark in the centre of Youngtown Oval.
I agree with you, Dave. Good mark there by Ryan Byrne. Gets this inside 50. Here's a chance for Deloraine. Comes off hands, loose footy. Handball in towards goal. Here's Darcy Hewitt there for Deloraine. Player tackled immediately there, and we will have a ball up underneath that pack there for Deloraine. We will have a ball up. So we're in the forward pocket here for Dell. Boundary, the umpire throws the ball up there, comes off hands. So loose footy to be won. Comes the way, though, of South Launceston. Through a handball to Ryder Bug. Kicks. His kick has been intercepted, though, by the number 16 there.
Blizzard.
It's Blizzard. And he's been caught holding the footy. And a nice tackle there by Bailey Lowe. So Bailey Lowe, chance to relieve the pressure for South Launceston, goes long down the line. That's a great kick. And a good mark there taken by Charlesworth. Charlesworth plays on straight away, gets into the centre of the ground. Here comes the turnover. Deloraine swoop on this, and another chance inside 50 for Deloraine.
Oh, you've got to go.
Good intercept mark there.
You've got to go, Ben Smith. He stood back and watched 3 South Launceston players take the mark. They clear it off half back now. Here through Alex Jordan, impressive first-year player. Over now towards Hunter Farrelly, back in the direction of Jordan. He has to have a kind bounce, and he gets one. He's 60 out. He kicks in towards goal. Oliver Dean, front position, has got the height. Clears him, though. Chance, and through for a behind. Is that Logan Smith? I'm trying to see the player there who snapped on goal there. But only the one behind. In fact, it was Jackson Owens, the number 31. Youngster. So 3 behinds, plays 2 behinds. Out from fullback they come. The target there, they nearly spoiled each other, but take the mark as Oliver Clark.
So this is Oliver Clark at left half back for Deloraine. Oliver Clark goes for distance down the wing here. It's all South Launceston though. Oh, it comes off the hands there of Caleb Nason. It's okay though, because sweeping on it was Ryder Bug, and he sweeps it into the centre of the ground where it's cut off by Chilcott. Chilcott bursting through there was Grant Holt. Grant Holt burst through a couple of tackles, got a handball away. The handball comes back to Ollie Woodcock-Davis. Comes back to Grant Holt, and he pops this ball up out on the wing. Leading the race there, Tom Graham gets some hands to it right in front of us in the broadcast position. Tom Graham, handballs back to Kurt Hibbs. Hibbs' kick was smothered, and the smother was completed there by Dylan Hall, but he gets a second crack at it and goes up towards the 50. Oh, good grab. That's a great grab. At the back of the footy was Matthew Lee, so he has this right on the paint of 50. Lee goes right on the paint of 50, goes into the pocket, and he's gone too far into the pocket. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full to the left of the behind post.
Windsor Park, Matt. It's Longford who started well. 5 goals straight 30, leading Launceston 3-4-22. So we'll keep an eye on that one as the short kick comes out to Jaden Last. Call for it is the call from the crowd. So Jaden Last thinking about the switch. And then he goes the safe option down the line. All South Launceston here. They're lining up and they're taking the mark there as Chase Oliver. Second big grab for the day. There's a handball over to Lockie Taylor. Short kick. Oh, gee, in the direction there. Lockie Harris, he couldn't take it. They work it out here. That's nice, skillful play at half back there from the Kangaroos. That was Chilcott, of course, with that sublime bit of skill. Gets it to his teammate there, and Killick. Killick goes wider to Byrne. And Byrne takes the mark in the centre circle. Kicks up forward. Chilcott again. Couldn't take the mark. Heavily pressured. Taken away by Logan Smith. Coughs it up to Byrne. Little fumble. He lets his opponent in now, gets a high tackle, and Byrne will get the free kick. Ryan Byrne right in the centre circle.
He does. High tackle. So free kick to Deloraine here. Been going 12 and a half minutes. All behind so far. South Launceston 3 behind. Deloraine 2 behinds. Chance for Deloraine to build here. They've got possession. Kick up towards half forward. Oh, apparently comes off his hands. Loose footy to be won. Right on the paint of 50 for Deloraine. Sweeping handball, and it's Chance. Through Charlesworth was in there. Loose handball comes through. It's still a bouncing footy. Ground ball to be won. Going in there was the number 43 for Deloraine, which is Nate Bramage. And he's under this pack. We'll have a ball up. We've been going 12 and a half minutes first term. And it's South Launceston 3-2. Ball up. Rucks go at it through Nason. Nason brings it down. Grant Holt right there. Lays a tackle. And we will have another ball up into the centre of Youngtown Recreation Oval. We've been going 13 minutes, Dave Moore.
Yeah, tight start here. It's good tight footy. 3 behinds plays 2 behinds. The Bulldogs lead. Nason won the tap out of mid-air. Holt couldn't get purchase. Chain of handballs, a little bit sloppy. Going back there is Dylan Hall to try and retrieve the situation. Lee gets there first. Over was Lockie Harris. Long ball. Dean's there in the middle of the pack. Front and centre. They couldn't take it there. Morrison for South Launceston, and the Deloraine defender does well in the end.
I think it was Caleb Atkins.
It was Caleb Atkins.
Deloraine.
So dangerous spot here for the Deloraine defence. Bulldogs have a lot of players who can snap goals from these sort of situations.
There's an issue with the footy, Dave.
We might have a flat footy. Don't often see that. It's been kicked out of the area. And we're going to retrieve the backup footy from behind the goals. So here's the ball up once again. Umpire sets things up. Dean will take it with Bloomfield. Dean won it easily. Geez, great tap out. Farrelly snap and Farrelly goal. That was brilliant ruck work there from Oliver Dean. Quite pick up the play he got it to, but the quick handball came out to Farrelly, who snapped the first goal for the Bulldogs. We're underway here at Youngtown, 1-3-9, leading Deloraine 2 behind.
Yeah, sure did, Dave. It was great. Great work by Oliver Dean there. We mentioned him pre-game. He played in the rep game last week. We thought he had a pretty good game in the rep game, and certainly doing some nice things, whether he's in the ruck or up forward. And won the tap on that occasion, got it down, and swooping on that handball there was Hunter Farrelly and pops it through, so opening the account for South Launceston.
Yeah, so Deloraine have worked hard, but those forward-line stoppage goals, coaches don't like them.
No.
Because they're sort of things that you should set up. They don't happen, but, the great ruck work there in the end by Oliver Dean, who's such a versatile player. You can win them in the middle, and then he can go up forward and be damaging as well. In the ruck was Deloraine there. Cade Howe might have won the tap. They get away now through Tom Graham.
Tom Graham tackled immediately there. By the 24 in Tyler Killick, and he gets the free kick for Deloraine. So this is Killick right in the centre of Youngtown Oval. He goes up towards half forward. A player on a lead there, and he's got him with Ben Smith. So Ben Smith marks, doesn't waste any time at all. Pops up towards the square. Chance for Deloraine. Goes through the hands there of Dylan Hall. Loose footy to be won in the forward pocket for Deloraine. And it's South Launceston to bring this away. So South Launceston, just goes over the head there of Bailey Lowe. Comes out with it is Gibson. This is Will Gibson, and it was caught holding the footy. Free kick to Deloraine through Jackson Milburn.
Jackson Milburn, that was a lovely tackle on Gibson. He shorts it up. Target. Can't take the mark there. They were disappointed Flynn Chew on. Now has to be tackler. Yeah, so got to take those sort of ones. Another mark in the goal square there before Dylan Hall just didn't quite grab it.
Not quite.
Got to take those opportunities, the Kangaroos. They're in this game, but those sort of opportunities they can't cough up. Coming through there was Oliver Jones. Well-built player. Tries to break 3 tackles. Contested footy, close to the boundary line. Geez, pushed out of the way there was Dylan Hall by Will Gibson, who's probably still a little bit upset about that, getting caught holding the ball before, but we're still in that same situation. We're right half forward for Deloraine. They trail 2 to South Launceston 9.
So boundary throwing right in front of the Deloraine interchange bench. We've been going 16.5 minutes in the first term. South Launceston by 7 points. Good boundary throwing. Oliver Dean in the ruck. Goes past both the ruckmen on this occasion. And swooping on it there was the 23 in Dylan Hall. He's tackled immediately. Sling tackle. And it's going to be a free kick. He's played on straight away. Waste no time. Gets it up towards the goal square here for Deloraine. Goes over the back. Tapped down there by Ben Smith. Chance. Snap. And it goes through for a behind. I think it was the 14 there.
Oliver Neat, number 74.
Neat 74.
With a big number.
So, Oliver Neat there, 1 behind.
3 behind's Deloraine. South Launceston 1-3-9. Even start here at Youngtown. As the kick comes out here in the direction of Seb Page. Marks back pocket. Wants to go the 45 kick. Shifts it back to the goal square. So they clear it out of defence to South Launceston. Ends up here with Lucas. Sweeping kick is an absolute beauty. Finds Taylor, Lockie Taylor, on the far side. Tackle laid there on the South Launceston player. To get back to Taylor, who gets a high tackle, and they'll get a reprieve. They nearly mucked it up there, the Bulldogs. Taylor, 45 kicks, not great. Still at the moment for South Launceston. They're just not on point. Tackled there was Lockie Harris. Spills out now to Chilcott. He'll do something with it. It's a half forward. Spoil will have to come from behind, or marked from behind there by Page. Couldn't quite take it. Out to Taylor, now to Hibbs. Hibbs connects now with Ryder Bug.
So Ryder Bug comes off the side of his boot. It works out okay because it got to Bailey Lowe. Bailey Lowe chips this one up and finds Grant Holt right in front of us in the broadcast position. 18 minutes gone, first term. Grant Holt, those bright pink boots too. He kicks it up towards the 50. Intercept mark chance not quite for Deloraine. It's there for South Launceston. Players converge on this footy. It comes out the back. Sweeping handball was Oliver Dean. Gets this ball into a bit of space. There is Caleb Atkins for Deloraine. He's on it straight away. Tackled immediately. Umpire says give it to me. We'll have another ball up. So ball up inside South's 50. We've been going almost 19 minutes of this first quarter. Ball up. Matthew Lee in the ruck on this occasion. Chance for Deloraine through Byrne. He gets a sweeping handball over the top and finds a teammate there in at last. Jaden Last blasts this down the wing, but only as far as Caleb Nason, who takes a really nice contested mark. Nason spots up Lockie Taylor. This is Taylor. He's going to give a sweeping handball there to Ryder Bug as he runs past. Bug gets on the right, kicks up towards half forward, towards Gibson. Kick smothered there by Milburn. So loose footy to be won. Inside the centre square. Players converge. Laying a tackle there was Logan Smith. Ball pops out. Being a whistle. And which way is going to be the way of South Launceston? So South Launceston free kick was given to Lockie Harris. He handballs immediately. Here's a chance, popped up. Oh, intercept mark taken by Leighton Bloomfield. Here's Dave Moore.
Bloomfield, I'm interested in that move to the back line there for Bloomfield. Gets it out nicely here towards Killick. Killick on the wing has a target. Nate Bramage. Little contact from the front. A little bit of afters as well. So free kick, Nate Bramage. Gets up gingerly. Gets the handball to Ryan Byrne in a bit of space. Kicks it to half forward. He's got a target there in Ben Smith. Athletic mark taken. Too far out to score. Not rushing this kick is Ben Smith. Now it's a crowded forward line. He has to pinpoint someone, and he does so, Darcy Hewitt. Now he's got a big hoof on him, is Darcy Hewitt. And with a little bit of breeze over his shoulder, he's kicked 11 goals this year, and you wouldn't rule him out kicking a 12th. Right behind this one, if you're watching the stream, Darcy Hewitt kicking to the southern end of Youngtown Oval. Kicks it, puts it up. Distance is a concern. Oh, almost a big mark there to Ben Smith. He's got the recovery. They try and kick it off the ground, and eventually it's rushed through for a behind. Or is it? I don't think the umpire has signalled, has he?
No, he hasn't.
No, stayed in play. So
good work, Rubes. I'd put it down. You're all over. I thought it would cross that line, but play on.
He was poised.
Here's Grant Holt. Grant Holt takes the mark here, just outside 50, in front of that Deloraine interchange bench. So Grant Holt short passes up, and he finds a player there in Alex Jordan. Alex Jordan gives the handball off. He's found Bailey Lowe. Bailey Lowe chips this one into the centre of the ground. Loose footy. Here comes the turnover. Here comes Deloraine again through Killick. Killick handballs back. It's coming out towards us here on the broadcast side. Finds Chilcott, the vice-captain of Deloraine. So Kai Chilcott has this just in front of us here. Sweeping handball. He's going to find a player in Jaden Last. Last pops this one up. Finds a player. Whistle's blown. He found Liam Taylor. Sending this ball inside 50. It's a loose footy inside 50 for Deloraine. About 40 metres out directly in front. Tackled immediately there was Sam Lucas, and the umpire says give it to me. We'll have a ball up.
Deloraine need a goal here from their point of view because they've got a bit of control. But the longer they have their control but don't score, at some stage South are going to break free, and that's the concern for them as Nason now breaks free, gets it to Lucas, kicks up the wing, up here looking for Matthew Lee in a one-out position. He takes it up against his opponent there in Chilcott, Jalen Chilcott. Now they're in trouble as the possession is with Morrison. He's caught with it. Good follow-up from Lee. Second effort was there. Gibson from behind, one grab. Couldn't get the second. Bloomfield, who's been great so far, cruises off defence, gets it to Killick. Misses the target with a kick, though. This lets South Launceston back in through Holt. Holt has a target in Chase Oliver. It's a downfield free kick, so Oliver will get it anyway. He dropped the mark. But he's going to line up 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. Chase Oliver. So just the one goal in this game so far through the agency of Hunter Farrelly.
10 inside 50s apiece so far.
Okay,
Nice
thanks,
one,
Groups. Yep.
And probably just against the run of play in the last few minutes, Dave, that Deloraine have been pretty patient with their build-up, but a chance for South Launceston here.
And that's what I mean, those 10 inside 50s for Deloraine for no goals. That's the concern. They need to get some conversion for their hard work. Chase Oliver, kick into the northern end. Youngsters in the background ready to get the footy. And he snuck it inside the left goal post as Chase Oliver kicks his first and South Launceston second. 2 goals, 3-15, leading Deloraine 3 behinds, 3 points. Progress score at Windsor Park. Longford 6 goals straight, 36. Lead Launceston 3-4-22. Matt Donaldson.
Yeah, nicely done there. And Chase Oliver kicks his 19th goal for the year as well, Dave. We just snuck it in. We had a perfect view of it and just snuck it in beside that left goal post. Like I said, it was a free kick downfield anyway. End up with it anyway after Grant Holt was dealt with after he kicked the ball.
You don't like to criticise good players, but Leighton Bloomfield just didn't hit the target with that,
not quite,
that outlet kick.
The initial attack was great. Swooped on that footy and he went straight away, but then has turned over the ball. So South Launceston moved to 2-3-15, leading Deloraine 3 behinds. We've gone almost 24 minutes in this first term. Rucks go at it. Oliver Dean wins the tackle on this occasion, and there's the siren for quarter time. So that proves to be a really valuable goal there by Oliver, because it was in the dying minutes, or dying seconds really, of the half or the quarter. And it is South Launceston leading 2-3-15. Deloraine 3 behinds at quarter time. The goal kickers as far, it's just the 2 to South Launceston. So Chase Oliver with that late one, and Hunter Farrelly. And I can see Groobs quickly tallying up his stats. What have you got for us, Groobs?
Hit out, South Launceston well on top. Dean getting the best of it there, 10-2. With the hit outs, clearances 7 to South Launceston and 3 to Deloraine. Inside 50s finished up, as we said before, 10 apiece. Marks inside 50, 1 each. Intercept marks 4 from South Launceston and 3 for Deloraine. And free kicks, South Launceston have had 6 and Deloraine have had 11.
Yeah, that first quarter, Matt, look, a pretty even first quarter. The stats bear that out. South have taken a couple of opportunities there. And Deloraine, they've come to play today.
Oh, no doubt.
Now, it's only quarter time. They're only a couple of goals down, but they look like they've come to say and make a bit of a statement, like we can compete with these top 3 teams. They just need to be a bit more polished. There's a couple of moments inside their attacking 50, drop marks, and just a bit of a lack of poise that I think cost them, being closer in this game.
Yeah, definitely, David. And we mentioned about a really nice patient build-up here. A couple of times they've had it just in front of the broadcast wing in front of us. And players like Chilcott, Byrne, they've had a bit of it in the midfield. And just need to capitalise on those inside 50s. As Cruz mentioned, the inside 50s were even for the quarter, and Dell just not able to put a score on the board.
Delorain's backline's been great, but can they keep Chase Oliver, Oliver Dean, Matthew Lee, can they keep them quiet for those 4 quarters? Because they're going to have to, and they're going to have to take opportunities the other way. And I think, around the footy, they've been pretty good. Ryan Byrne has had a lot of it. Chilcott showed his class there a few times. We've got some other players around the ground. I like Jackson Milburn. The tackle here, it was a good spoil from behind over on the far side, so he's a youngster. So they're going okay, but at the moment, South Launceston, they're in front by 2 goals. They've got some more room, I reckon, if they can start taking some grabs inside 50.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got some more room for improvement as well. Quarter time here at Youngtown. South Launceston 2-3-15, leading Deloraine 3 behinds. Back in a moment.
Breathing love defined.
Oh, you call me. I'll try and guess.
Welcome back to Youngtown at South Launceston 2-3-15, leading Deloraine 3 behinds 3 points. Looking at the other score that we've got and the NTFA Premier, the last score we had there was Longford 6 goals straight, leading Launceston 3-4-22. Looking at Division 1 senior men at the moment, if I can get that link up and running. Here we go. What scores have we got? We've got Rochalee 45, leading Bracknell 31. Georgetown 37, leading Lilydale 25. It's a little bit of an upset there, although Georgetown are on the improve. Close at Invermay Park. Bridge North 26, lead OL's 25. And a score here at St Pat's, a late start there like us. St Pat's 7, Old Scotch 5. It's not an even comp, Matt. Every week you look at those scores. Looking at even comps throughout the state, that's got to be up there, because all those teams on any given day can beat each other.
Yeah, I think it's a really competitive league, actually, Dave, and you're spot on when you say about the close scores, and that's what you want to see. Ideally, you want to see a really competitive league. and not see some of the blowouts that we have seen. So that's really competitive. In terms of women's scores, it's still only ours that's updated on Play HQ at the moment.
Might repeat that for people who just joined us.
Yes, it can do. It was South Launceston by 20 points here at Youngtown earlier today. So South Launceston 6-6-42. Defeated Deloraine women at 2-10-22.
And it was a big win in the reserves earlier too to South Launceston over Deloraine. And just looking at some other scores here. My phone's being a bit funny today. It's of course here it's 2-3-15 South Launceston. Deloraine 3 behinds as Deloraine now have broken up. And Chris Sayer was out there with the Deloraine coach in Nick Milburn. What do you have to say, Chris?
He was quite happy with that quarter, but of course they recognise it. They're playing it. Thanks, Rick. A top side. Actually, they just need those little bit extras, those little, 1%ers. It's a cliche, but he's talking about those extra little, dash through the packs and getting the ball and things like that. So he was quite happy with that quarter, but they just need to just a little bit more to match this top side.
That's right. I think that's what we identify, just taking those chances when they come. And the conditions down there, Chris?
It's lovely, coolish day. It's not cold. It's not warm either. It's quite cloudy. I don't think that rain's going to come.
And no injury concerns for either team?
Not that I can see at the moment, no.
Thank you, Chris Sayer. We'll hear from you during the second quarter. Yes, this is the test now with South Launceston. We suspect the scoring end is that southern end of the ground. And Deloraine, can they keep up that intensity? They've got themselves into the game. At half-time, they want to be within this sort of margin to give themselves a chance and make a statement.
Yeah, definitely, David. Like Groups touched on, the inside 50s were even for the first quarter, so Deloraine certainly had enough of it in their forward half and inside 50s, but just that little bit of polish, and certainly that last goal to Chase Oliver hurt as far as, they would have loved to go to quarter time with South only scoring one goal.
From the middle, here's Caleb Nason up against Hall for Deloraine. And we're underway again here. And we're going to get a secondary ball up as we did at the start of the game. So another chance here for the two teams to set up. Sorry, Cade Howe's the ruckman here for Deloraine, the big fella. Howe against Nason. Nason wins this one. Gets it as far as though as Byrne, who's tackled by a few Bulldogs. Ball slips free, but he might have got a high one there, or maybe held without it. So Ryan Byrne had a really good first quarter. Another great season. Injury concerns early on. Gets it here to Newsom. James Newsom kicks to half forward. Hewitt is the target. Clears him. Over the back. Chance there for Bramich. He's got the footy, the youngster. Handballs to space. No one in particular. Page coughs it up. Round the corner kick here from Cade Howe. The big ruckman. Off hands. Who have they got there? Chance here. Hewitt. Handballs further afield. Might be Newsom there. He kicks towards the teeth of goal. Plenty of Bulldogs here now with Holt as he got support. Gets it back to Woodcock Davis. Over to Charlesworth. Back to Holt. Gee, that was good footy in the phone box there from South Launceston. And they get it the half back to Logan Smith.
It sure was, David. Well, Logan Smith short passes this one to Gibson and finds Gibson. So just in front of the Dogs interchange gates here at Youngtown. So Gibson has this one, looks to drive it down the wing, goes for distance. It's a long kick trying to find Lee. Comes off his hands. Good smother from behind. The smother came from Chilcott. Loose footy bobbling around here. Sweeping handball out. It comes the way of Tom Graham. Handball's back outside to Gibson. So this is Gibson. Takes on a couple of opponents and he drills it forward. Gibson's kick goes up towards Dean. Fisted away. Loose footy inside South 50. Spills out the back here. It's still there for South Launceston. Handball misses Taylor. Here's Tom Graham. Graham throws it onto the boot. Graham's kick goes across the face and through for a behind. Yeah. So Tom Graham.
Unfriendly bounce there for Tommy Graham. Release from fullback is pretty quick. Doesn't come off though. Taylor there with a handball to a bit of space. Might have been a high tackle there on Blizzard. Play on. Bloomfield gets it now to Chilcott. He's got a target on the wing. Can't get it to that player there in Killick. Contested footy. Killick in there again for the Kangaroos. It ends up being a bounty throw in far side in the fading light here. These 2:30 starts. It gets a bit darker as the afternoon goes on. Well, we're starting to get a little bit of light back in the evening times to get away from that shortest day. Nason couldn't get an effective hit out. Byrne coughs it up. Cade Howe couldn't get effective possession. Holt releases the kick up here towards half forward in the Chase Oliver direction. He's tackled from behind there by Gleeson, and umpire says I'll ball it up.
There's Dill Gleeson from behind there with that tackle, forcing the stoppage. So, second quarter, we've been going just 3 minutes in this second quarter. Ball taken there by Nason in the ruck. Gets it on to Bailey Lowe, who pumps this inside 50. But good intercept mark taken there from Jaden Last. So this is Last of Deloraine. At full-back, Last looks to play on. Does just that. Chips this out towards wing. Dangerous kick. Gets his hands to it. First was Dylan Hall. Gibson tried to spoil from behind. Goes the way of South Launceston again. Here's Logan Smith. Logan Smith gets the ball away inside 50. Taking on the play there was Darcy Hewitt and charges through. Gets this one out to the wing and takes a good grab. And it was Killick here on the wing in front of us. So Tyler Killick. He handballs over the top to a teammate in Jaden Last. Gets the footy again. He's been getting a bit of it, Jaden Last. Holt from behind with the spoil whistle. He's given away the free kick. Unfortunate there for Holt over the top of Chilcott. So this is go again, Matt.
Try again.
Chilcott. Kai Chilcott.
Blooper reel.
It was, wasn't it? Chilcott goes up towards the 50, goes through the hands of Killick. He's getting busy as well, and we'll have a ball up just inside 54 minutes gone in this second quarter.
AFL, the Blues, Carlton 76, the Suns 64 early in the last quarter. Nason now takes it out of the ruck. Trying to take away was Newsom, snaps towards goal. Will it clear the contest? No, getting the hand in there. Ever reliable Woodcock Davis deflects the ball out of bounds. South Launceston 16, Deloraine 3, 4.5 minutes into the quarter. And in fact, Suns have kicked a goal, so it's 76-70. Gee, that's been a close game all day there.
Yeah, it has.
At Marvel Stadium. I tipped Carlton in the tipping, so supporting them as boundary throw in. 10 metres from the right behind post. Nason with the tap. Trying to break through was Hewitt. Chilcott's in there. That's Kai Chilcott. Ball spills out. Chance there for Cade Howe. In fact, it was the number 74 there in Oliver Neat. Moves well in that forward line, so the binoculars up here as it's deep in the attacking 50 for Deloraine. A lot of players around the contest. Taken by Nason. Handball back to Woodcock Davis, who clears for South Launceston.
Quick kick around the corner by Woodcock Davis. Comes off the hand there of Gibson. He's got time to recover and does just that. Sweeps a handball out in front of a teammate there in Farrelly. It beats Farrelly though. Another chance for Deloraine. Sweeping handball out the side. Finds the number 23 in Dylan Hall. Dylan Hall handballs backwards. It comes in back towards Ben Smith. Here's Ben. It comes back to Ben Smith. Ben Smith pops this one inside 50. Chance for Deloraine. Comes off hands. Goes over the back. And now it's going to be South Launceston to clear this ball out. Sweeping ball over the top finds Seb Page. Seb Page gets it back again, the old 1-2. Page goes into the centre of Youngtown Oval. Bouncing footy there. Logan Smith will run into this one. Did he give a high fend off? Yes, he did. So free kick to Deloraine in the centre of the ground.
I think they need Layden Bluefield up in that forward line, Matt. But Darcy Hewitt's not a contested mark player. He's a lead up forward. They need someone up there who can take a grab. I know that's robbing Peter to pay Paul because he's been good across defence, but I'd get Layden Bloomfield up there. They're getting it up there, but they just can't convert. As Ryan Byrne now has it on the wing. He goes up the wing, further up the wing here in the direction of Neat. Seb Page is there. Tunnels it out now to Tommy Graham, who's up against the boundary line. Handballs it back now. They clear it out of defence here, and it ends up with Farrelly. Gee, that was a good kick from the back pocket there. Pick up that player in a minute, but Farrelly now.
Tyler.
Thank you. Farrelly inside 50. Here's Owens, who was held. Jackson Owens. Crafty forward work there. He was held by Jack Durack in a one-on-one. And not a great free kick to give up because he's 25 out directly in front.
Yeah, it was
Lockie
Taylor.
Kick.
Yeah, it was a great
Matt.
kick by Lockie Taylor. The bright orange boots. Thanks, Lockie. That helped me out in sort of sighting him.
It was a 45 kick, all of 45, 50 metres, spotting up a teammate in the corridor. And now it ends up with a shot on goal from Owens. Made his debut in the finals last year at Windsor Park. Jackson Owens twirls the ball in his hands. Kicking to the southern end. Umpire works, but he sneaks it in and kicks South Launceston's third goal. 3-4-22, leading Deloraine 3 behind. It's Matt Donaldson.
Goal number 16 for the seasons for Owens there. And like we mentioned, it was Lockie Taylor's kick. Great little 45 kick from defence to hit up a player and really set up that shot on goal for South Launceston. So even though Deloraine have bought the pressure, Dave, and they've had a fair bit of the footy inside 50, it's really been South Launceston capitalising on those opportunities inside 50 as they move to 3-4-22. Deloraine 3 behinds. We've been going 8 minutes in the second quarter.
A little bit worried that the the Play HQ at Windsor Park is stuck because it's 35 minutes into the second quarter and it's still the same score unless there's been something serious going on, which we can't discount. It's Longford 6 goals straight, 36 lead, Launceston 3-4, 22.
Yeah, those women's games haven't been updated either, with the exception of the South Launceston one. But back in the centre we go. Ball goes up, player tackled immediately there, and it was Ryan Byrne, I think it was, the number 4. But anyway, we're going to have another ball up. Rucks go to Caleb Nace in the ruck for South. He wins the tap down. Comes out loose. Ryan Burns over the top of this one. Tries to break away from a tackle. And nothing doing. It's going to be a ball up.
Groups, some second quarter stats for us.
Inside 50s, 3 apiece. And South Launceston still carrying on their merry way in the ruck. 6 hit-outs to 1. Clearances 3-2 South Launceston's way.
Right.
Good one, thanks, Groups. Those inside 50s are really interesting, so pretty even throughout the game so far. Player tackled there, and we'll have another ball up here. Still inside the centre square. Been going 9 minutes in the second quarter. South Launceston at 3-4-22. Deloraine 3 behinds. Rucks go at it. Caleb Nason gets the tap down. Only as far, though, as Deloraine there, and it's pumped back inside 50. Chance to repel this ball through Sam Lucas. Lucas has it, goes out towards Grant Holt, but it's been cut off by Ryan Byrne.
Jeez, he's been good so far.
He's had a lot of it, Dave. Jeez, Ryan Byrne, he's been really impressive. So Byrne, nice, potentially a patient build-up there. It went through the hands there of Flynn Tuan. Chance for Deloraine. It's at a half-forward, on the half-forward flank over on that outer side. Spills the way of Grant Holt, though, for South. Holt gets onto the left, goes for some distance. There's been a whistle. Was he dealt with afterwards, perhaps? Might be a downfield free kick to South Launceston. And it is. So Grant Holt was dealt with. So it's coming the way there of Toby Morrison. So this is Morrison. Wheels and goes. Gets on the right. Gets it inside 50. Players converge. There's a whistle. No, I must have heard it on the radio. There's not a whistle. Play on. Loose footy. Inside 50 here. A snap on goal. It's a high ball. It's a really high ball. And it's a behind. And that was Lockie Harris with a behind there for South Launceston.
Behind us, South Launceston, 3-5, plays 3 behinds. Groups, when you get a chance, wouldn't mind how many inside 50s Deloraine have had for the game now. I'll get you...
That's 14. They're 14 each.
Oh, bang, just
like
like
that. 1 each, I didn't have to ask.
Just like that. Thank you very much, Groups.
Absolutely. From the full-back line, little fumble there. Owens will get a high tackle here, I reckon.
Yep.
No, umpire says I'll have it. Bit lucky there, the tackler. That was the number 23.
Been blindsided. We probably had a better view of that one, I reckon, Dave. It did look high.
Dylan Hall was the tackler. Anyway, they'll reset here again. Oliver Dean, beautiful tap out now to Harris. His kick smothered though. Ricochets to Owens, who gets tackled. Is that a sling tackle? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yep.
So he didn't get the previous free kick, but he gets this one. And a few players want to go on with it. So just need to be careful here, Deloraine. They don't give away a 50. Dylan Hall getting a bit fired up.
Logan Smith wasn't happy with the treatment he got there, but no, nothing doing.
So Jackson Owens, he's already kicked one earlier in the quarter. Kicked 15 or 16 goals for the year now. They're right behind this one. Man of the mark's about 40 out. And a 45-degree angle, the number 31 on the back. Jackson Owens towards the southern goal here at Youngtown. Slow, deliberate approach. Veers to the right. Swings it back in for a goal to South Launceston. The old right to left swing there. And it started out to the right goal post and drifted back in. Good conversion there from Jackson Owens. And that's the 4th goal now for South Launceston. They're 4 goals, 5-29, leading Deloraine. 3 behinds.
Yeah, so a bit of separation on the scoreboard now, Dave, when we look at that. South Launceston making the most of their inside 50s. We know that Groups was all over those stats for inside 50s, and Deloraine have had enough of it inside their 50, they're not able to put it on the scoreboard, whereas South Launceston, particularly through Jackson Owens, 2 goals in this quarter, proving to be a pretty handy lead here as South Launceston kick away to 4-5-29, Deloraine 3 behinds, and we've been going 12 minutes in the second term.
Yeah, look, I called for Leighton Bloomfield to be moved forward. He did the spoil before on Oliver Dean, and that's a match-up, there's no doubt about it.
They need him at both ends of the ground.
Yes.
Rucks go at it. Oliver Dean wins this tap down on this occasion again. Another opportunity here for Deloraine. The kick came from Dylan Hall. He threw it onto the boot. It's a high ball. Loose footy over on that wing. Comes off some players' hands. Went through Tyler Killick. He's getting busy as well. So loose footy. Kicked forward. Sweeping handball. Here's a chance through Chilcott. And kick smothered. still there for Deloraine, comes off hands and will have a boundary throw in about 10 metres around from the behind post. So some of those players that we're calling with Dave, particularly Ryan Byrne, he's getting a bit of it. Killick's getting a bit of it. So they're getting enough of the footy, but just not capitalising on those inside 50s. So boundary throw in here, 10 metres around from the right behind post. Not too far away from that scoreboard here at Youngtown. Ball comes in, Dean gets the front spot, taps it down. Swooping on it was Newson. Newson kicks across the ground. Loose footy to be won here in the pocket. Getting there first is Bailey Lowe of South. Bailey Lowe gets it onto the boot. Oh, and that's a nice grab as well. Coming up with a bit of speed and pace is Hunter Farrelly. Yep. Farrelly gets this up towards half forward. Goes through the hands there of Toby Morrison. Still there for South. Here's Tom Graham. Gets it out now towards Toby Morrison. Morrison in the pocket. Snaps around the corner. Through for a behind. Toby Morrison adding to that scoreboard, though. This scoreboard's starting to look a bit dangerous here for Deloraine, Dave Moore.
It is indeed. 4-6-30. The scoreboard reads to 3 behinds. Quick release from defence. Great mark there by Jaden Last. To drag it in with the one hand. Daring kick is good. Finds Killick. Tyler Killick. Slows things down. Got a couple of switching options. Decides to go straight up the wing. Bloomfield is a target who takes the mark over there. He's drifted up the ground. Not sure if that's a move yet or not, but Bloomfield releases the kick. Woodcock Davis. He's bustled out of the way there by Ben Smith. That's a good matchup. The athletic Ben Smith takes 2 bounces. Centering kick straight down the throat there of Charlesworth for South Launceston.
Here's Charlesworth for South Launceston. Comes out to find Grant Holt and does just that. So Holt takes the mark just on the paint of defensive 50. Holt wheels and goes. Tries to get around the man on the mark, and he does. Grant Holt chips this one to the centre of the ground, goes through Gibson's hands. Another chance here for Deloraine. Oliver Clark gives it off to Flynn Tuin. Flynn Tuin goes from the paint of 50. It's a high ball into the pocket, and it's been marked. Marked by Ryan Byrne. Byrne takes the mark in. It's not. It's Ben Smith.
Ben Smith.
Apologies, Ben Smith. Ben Smith takes the mark in the pocket and takes a good grab, and it's a real good chance here to put Deloraine on the board and kick their first goal. So Ben Smith of Deloraine. Not much angle to contend with. And Smith comes in and pops it through. The goal umpire does not move at all. So Ben Smith kicks the first goal of the day for Deloraine. His 9th for the season. And Deloraine get on the board. They move to 1-3-9. Trailing South Launceston. And I'll know that score when it comes back on the scoreboard.
4-6-30.
Oh, beautifully done. Rick's got it on the screen at 4-6-30.
Yeah, look, they needed that one.
Definitely
and that's their
did.
first goal after Groobs. Is that the 18th entry?
Yeah, 17.
17 entries, first goal. Ben Smith, who's involved a couple of times there, athletic player, can take a grab. Also good on the ground. He had those 3 bounces there on the boundary line. So he's a player that they're going to have to keep an eye out for in that forward line. But yes, Deloraine get themselves back into the contest. They try by 21 here at the Youngtown Oval.
How are those inside 50s for this term, Groups?
7-5 Delorain's way.
There you go.
Yeah, and Deloraine on top in clearances now 6-3 as well.
Very interesting. Back in the centre. And it's going to be Caleb Nace in the ruck for South on this occasion. Ball comes out. Kai Chilcott there leading in the race. There's that Hunter Farrell there on the ground who chips this up towards centre half forward. Finds a player there in Toby Morrison. Morrison starting to get a bit of it in his term. Kicks it further downfield and a mark taken there by Sam Lucas.
Deloraine coach has been listening to me. Chris Sayer informs me that Bloomfield has moved forward. So he's marking up on Kurt Hibbs there, or vice versa.
You might be tuning into City Park Radio, 96.5, or is it 107?
But that does leave them.
It does. 103.7. It does leave them a little bit open. And Sam Lucas here, player on the mark, is about 35 out. Slight angle to contend with. Sam Lucas goes with the right towards goal. And it is across the face. So behind there for Sam Lucas.
Yeah, so just one less tall they've got in defence. But you have to let's be a bit daring with these things. Out of defence, Jaden Last. His target there was Ben Smith, who awkwardly tried to spoil from behind. Made contact with Matthew Lee, who takes the mark. Gets up hobbling. Handball off now to Charlesworth. Charlesworth crunched as he kicks it to the goal square. One grab, couldn't take the second there. In the goal square, that was Chase Oliver. Cleared now out of defence by Deloraine. They'll get a free kick. And Oliver Clark will relieve here for Deloraine as they try to play on.
It was just Sam Lucas getting in the back there. So Oliver Clark.
Close at AFL, Matt. Only a 5-point lead to Carlton at the moment. Another lead change there.
close to full time there at the Marvel.
A little bit to go.
A little bit to go. Coming out wide here is Liam Taylor for Deloraine. Chips this one up the wing. Finds a teammate. Nice grabbing Caleb Atkins. Atkins doesn't waste any time. Plays on. Gets a handball out to Liam Taylor. Taylor goes further down the wing and had found a teammate there in Tyler Killick. He's had a bit of it this quarter. Now Bloomfield has taken the mark here. Just outside 50. Bloomfield wheels and goes. Gets it up to the hot spot. Got a player on a lead there. Oh, and he's got him. That is a great grab. And it is
James Newson.
I
That's the way he turns around.
Trying to see.
While we're trying to ID him, that kick was elite.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
James Newson, yeah, you're spot on, Dave. Yeah, James Newson. Bloomfield just didn't waste any time. Wheeled and go, got on the right and just popped this up.
And it had to be perfect because South had covered the space pretty well.
Yep.
And the lead from Newsom, he didn't have to break stride, lace out. Gee, they need this one. He's had a good few minutes here, Deloraine.
Sure do. Newsom comes in, starts his approach. He's gone back with the Dennis Lilly style run up. He's outside 50. The player on the mark's about 30 out. Newsom comes in. 18.5 minutes gone, second quarter. Newsom comes in, starts the approach, goes with the right. The goal umpire is not doing much work at all. So put the goal through. So James Newsom gets on the board. And he kicks his first for the day, kicks his ninth for the season. And Deloraine move through to 2-3-15. And just close that gap before half-time, Dave.
We're starting to make the most of your opportunities.
Yeah,
they've
absolutely.
got some players there.
Yep.
They've got some class up forward. They've moved Bloomfield up forward. Now, got Oliver Dean now down the back, and he's matched up with, we'll wait and see, it might be Jaden Last, or it might be Jalen Shilcott might be going back now. There's a clear height differential.
Yeah, absolutely there is.
So, yes, they've strengthened up their forward line. I called for it. I think they have to go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're getting up for 42, Dave.
Absolutely. They have to back in their midfielders.
The Magnus, here's Dave Moore.
It's from the hit out. Ends up here now with Cade Howe, although the free kick's coming back the way of Kai Chilcott, I think.
Yeah, you're on the money, Kai
Look at
Chilcott.
the free kicks here, Deloraine. Not Matt. Groobs, you got a stat on that for us?
Yeah, 5-3, Deloraine's way.
Kai Chilcott as a leading player in Darcy Hewitt. And he takes a good mark under pressure from behind by Woodcock Davis. He's a long way out, probably into a breeze. Centre in kick. Front position. South defender did pretty well there in Ryder Bug. Ends up with Nason. Handball sideways to Tom Graham. Can they work it out here, South Launceston? They need to answer it with a goal here pretty soon. Ball says the Deloraine crowd in front of us. There's Morrison tried to burst through. But we're going to ball up. Attacking side of the centre circles. Deloraine slightly in attack. They trail by 16 points. 20 minutes gone second quarter.
They'll have a ball up. 20 minutes gone. Dave just said ball up here. Just slightly the way of Deloraine in this centre square, but it's going the way of South Launceston. So socket off the ground there by Ryder Bug. Only as far, though, as Liam Taylor. Liam Taylor gets a sweeping handball through, gives a teammate off, and he finds Liam Taylor again. Goes up towards 50. Oh, good almost grab there, Darcy Hewitt. Sport at the last moment. Loose footy to be won. Ground ball to be won. Just outside 50 for Deloraine. Players converge on this footy, and the umpire blows the whistle, says give it to me. We will go again. So we're back to where that previous ball up was. We've been going 21 minutes in this second quarter at South Launceston, 4-7-31, leading Deloraine 2-3-15. Ball up, just on the painted 50 there for Dell. Comes off hands. Caleb Nason got a hand to it. It comes down the way of Ben Smith. Ben Smith gets a kick inside 50. Comes off the hands there of Hewitt. And it's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in just in front of the scoreboard, Dave Moore.
Which reads 31 South Launceston, Deloraine 15. Inside 50 just quarter, Dave Gruber.
10-7, Deloraine's way.
Okay, so they're still winning that territory battle. They've kicked a couple of goals each this quarter. 2 to Jackson Owens for South Launceston. And boundary throw in. Taken by Nason. He'll just launch it out of defence blindly. Where will it land? On the wing. Here's a chance. Morrison kicks a beauty to Jackson Owens. He's kicked those couple of goals. He decides to hold things up. Handball sideways to Farrelly. Gets a fortuitous bounce. 45 out. Hunter Farrelly has kicked a goal for South Launceston through the corridor. Pretty good skill there from all involved. Toby Morrison got it to Owens. Smart handball to Farrelly. We know what a great finisher he is, Matt Donaldson.
Yeah, we sure do, don't we, Tav? And just his pace too, like very, very quick. We've seen him do a few really nice things today, Hunter Farrelly. He kicks his second goal of the game. And just that fast ball movement through the centre of the ground. Once it ended up in Farrelly's hands and the seas parted for him, he had a clear run at goal and popped it through from about 40 out straight in front. So magnificent goal there from Hunter Farrelly. And again, South Launceston, they've been challenged by Deloraine. Deloraine put a couple of goals on the board this quarter, but again they respond. So 5-7-37, South Launceston leading Deloraine 2-3-15. We're going 23 minutes in the second quarter.
Windsor Park, Longford 48, Launceston 31. Next to my spy there at Windsor Park, because Play HQ is playing up at the moment.
Yes, yeah.
So it's an interesting score. So a couple of even contests happening here. We're not sure about the Rochalee situation. We're North playing Scottsdale. A big game for both teams there as well. Scottsdale can get off the bottom of the ladder if they can win that one. So Cade Howell, the big fella, launches towards half forward. Off hands. They've got a bit of run here through right at Bug. Gets it to Tom Graham. Their midfield starting to lift here. Well measured kick, might bounce okay here for Charlesworth, playing up the ground a bit. Bodies fly in, Logan Smith lays on it. And a bit of a wrestle with a couple of Deloraine players, and we'll get a ball up, attacking side of the wing. An AFL update here in a moment. So see how that game's going. And Carlton now a bit of a lead, 2-goal lead in a close game, 96-84. Carlton really need to win that one to keep their chances, that wild card alive. Ditto the Suns, from the ball up. Out it comes here to Bailey Lowe. He's tackled from behind. Kick is affected. Logan Smith fumbles a bit, gets it, and balls backwards. Has support there from Lockie Taylor.
Here's Lockie Taylor in those bright orange boots. He grabs onto it and kicks it ball down and finds Hunter Farrelly. Jeez, he's close to one of the best on ground, I reckon, Dave. Hunter Farrelly moves it on straight away, finds Tommy Graham in the centre square. Tom Graham doesn't waste any time either. He gets a handball out to Ryder Bug, who Ryder Bug pops this one up inside 50. Chance and a mark. Good grab. Oh, there's a great
Chase
grab.
again, I think.
It is. Yeah. It is. You're spot on.
Matt
It's
Chapman.
Matt Chapman, Chase Oliver.
Yep,
Yes, it
Chase
is.
Oliver.
Chase Oliver has marked about 35 out straight in front. And Chase Oliver, well, he kicked that one late in the first quarter, Dave, with just a few seconds to go. He's got a chance to kick another one here as we close in on the shadows of half-time. So Chase Oliver, player on the marks, about 35 out straight in front. Oliver goes with the right, goes towards goal. Oh, the goal umpire does not move, and it just sails over his hat. So Chase Oliver has now kicked two, one in the dying seconds of the first quarter, one in the dying seconds of the second quarter. So a couple of very handy goals here late for Chase Oliver.
Yeah, Chase Oliver, I mean, he's been around that Devils squad. He's a good key forward. He can take a good grab. Still got a lot of upside, only young. As he runs off the ground now to be replaced by Toby Morrison. I don't know, we all commentators talk about why do they take them off after a goal.
Oh, I know, Dave. But
It's all about rotations.
Absolutely.
So I won't be boring about it because it comes up all the time. Groobs, a couple of stats for us.
9 inside 50s for South Launceston, 11 for Deloraine. Clearances, 9 for Deloraine, 7 for South Launceston.
And Deloraine almost get another one. That's a nullified clearance, so no mark down there, Groobs, because we're going to start again.
Yep.
And close to half-time. Half-time, we're going to talk to you about all the scores around Northern Tasmania. And Rick, our timekeeper, presses the button for the end of the second quarter here at Youngtown. A really interesting game of footy. You wouldn't say the highest standard in the world because it's been a tight physical contest, but it's a really interesting game of footy. It's competitive, and that's what we want. Deloraine got within a couple of goals, but a couple late from South have meant the lead is now 28 points at half-time. 6-7-43 South Launceston. Deloraine 2-3-15.
And those goal kickers, Dave, well, Chase Oliver, deja vu, dying seconds of the first quarter, dying seconds of the half. A couple of valuable goals. So he's got 2 goals. Hunter Farrelly, who's close to one of the best players on the ground. Geez, he's been quick with his speed, and he's got 2, one in the first and one in the second. And Jackson Owens kicked 2 goals in that quarter just gone. So 3 lots of 2 there for South Launceston. For Deloraine, single goal kickers to Ben Smith and James Newsom have a goal each. Dave Gruber, your stats.
Hit-outs to half-time. South Launceston 23, Deloraine 6. Clearances pretty even. South Launceston 14 to Deloraine 12. Inside 50s also pretty even. South Launceston 19 and Deloraine 21. Marks inside 50 even at 3 each. Intercept marks 6 for South Launceston and 5 taken by Deloraine. And free kicks, South Launceston have been given 9 and Deloraine 16.
Interesting, yeah. Well, Deloraine have been hard at the ball. And another interesting thing, Harry Charlesworth there, the skipper of South Launceston, held the team out there and had, I could see the body language. He was, telling me a few home truths. I think they'd be disappointed a little bit with that first half. I mean, they still lead by 28 points, but I think Harry Charlesworth's saying we can do better. But credit to Deloraine. They've come to play. The second half will be a real challenge for them. Can they maintain that pressure and intensity?
Yep, absolutely, Dave. I agree. I think a few times we've seen Deloraine this year. I think back to when we were out at Deloraine covering Deloraine Launceston. Deloraine super competitive for 3/4 of footy. In fact, I think the margin was only about 3 goals at 3/4 time, and it was Lonnie that just kicked away in that last quarter. And we don't want that to happen again. We want a nice competitive game here, but it'll be interesting to see how Deloraine go in the second half of this one.
Absolutely, and interesting. We talked about at Scottsdale a couple of weeks ago, Matt. That narrowing gap. Still got a way to go.
Yep,
we saw Scottsdale push Launceston to around 10 goals.
Yeah.
And last year it was 180, 200 points.
That's right. So we want to see less of those big, huge margins and just narrowing that gap. And we're starting to see that with the Premier League, which I think is really exciting.
Yeah, and we're seeing improvement in players across the league as well. With the level of coaching and the juniors coming through, I think it's fantastic. Anyway, we'll take a short break here on City Park Radio. Messages from our sponsors. We'll come back with all the scores are from around northern Tasmania, the ones that we've got access to. And South Launceston 6-7-43 at halftime. Lead Deloraine 2-3-15. Back in a moment.
The forecast for this weekend is the right kind of hot and the right kind of cold, all in the same day. Because the NTFA is in our DNA. Road trips and stops at the cafe. There's karaoke on the highway. Oops, too many lattes. The juniors, the seniors, talent pathways.
Avery Thomas, that's a strong mark.
Mate, I used to play with him, eh? It's the frost, it's the fog, the spray and the spray. The crescendo of car horns from the parking bay. 22 clubs, 67 teams, 9 premiership cups. Get to your local footy club this weekend.
Welcome back here to Youngtown Oval. So, overcast but fine afternoon here. Temperature's not too bad, and it's an interesting game of footy at South Launceston 6-7-43, Deloraine 2-3-15. We'll now look at as many scores as we've got access to on Play HQ. Have to keep our listeners up to date with the footy that's happening all around northern Tasmania. So I mentioned the score here. It's a 28-point margin to South Launceston at half-time. We might just turn Groobs' microphone down because we hear him munching his lollies there. But out at Windsor Park, it's an interesting game. It's Longford 8 goals straight, 48, leading Launceston 4-7-31. Play HQ is stuck there, so I have a spy out there who might give me a few more scores as the afternoon goes on. And the other game, unfortunately, all day we haven't really had any scores there from Rochalee, where that game that was shifted from Newtown Stadium. We might talk about that later on, Matt. North Launceston and Scottsdale, so we're not sure of a score there. So if anyone knows Matt or I, and as our text number,
yes, please
text us in a score from that
Premier
one.
League games. And the same in the women, Dave, because I've got just the one here at South Launceston, so Play HQ has been updated there with the score. We'll go through, we called that game for the AFL Tas live stream. It was South Launceston 6-6-42, defeating the Deloraine women there 2-10-22. Great game of footy. And as we thought, David, it would be a really tight, contested game of footy, and we saw just that, and it was South Launceston making the most of their inside 50s. Deloraine did come hard in that last quarter there with goals to Daniel Dunstan and Holly Beaumont there. They put a couple on the board in the last quarter for Deloraine, but it was South Launceston that ran out 20-point winners there earlier here at Youngtown. And
if we look at the Division 1 senior women, so this game was played at Georgetown Sports Complex. It was Georgetown 3-4-22, defeated Meander Valley 5 behinds 5 points. at the St Pat's Oval, John Cunningham Memorial Oval. It was Old Scotch on their winning ways. Amy Pocket-Piece kicked 7 in this game. So impressive last week. 2013, 133 defeated St Pat's 2 goals straight 12.
Good to see her goal was in the goals of the week that
Yes.
day, doing the rounds on the social media. She
We
kicked a
like
great
that.
goal at the NTCA ground last week.
We do love it when our voices are up there. Bridge North, 10-6-66 defeated Old Launcestonians 2-1-13 in the match of the day. So really, you're looking at Bridge North and Old Scotch are really sort of pushing themselves up above the bunch there.
Yep.
So, Matt, you've got...
I've got some Div 1 scores.
Div 1 men.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely do. So these are live in progress scores. And out of Bracknell, we've got a thriller out of Bracknell. So it is Bracknell 7-10-52, trailing Rochalee 8-6-54. So a 2-point lead there to Rochalee. That was a 2 o'clock start. So they'd be into the third quarter there at the moment. The third quarter would have just started. At the Lilydale Rec Ground, it's Lilydale and Georgetown, and it's Lilydale there 10-10-70, leading Georgetown 6-8-44. At Invermay Park, it's the OLs, Old Launcestonians, they're 5-2-32, trailing Bridge North 8-5-53. And at John Cunningham Memorial Oval, it's the St Pat Seniors 1-1-7, trailing Old Scotch there at 6-9-45.
Yes, St Pat's struggling a bit. I hear JB Harper might be on an overseas trip and not be available, for the rest of the season, and he's a key player there for St Pat. So Old Scotch should be pretty happy with that score at the moment. Let's look at Division 2, and the game played at St Helens at the moment. It's East Coast 22-22, 154, leading Meander Valley 5 behinds 5 points. And at Evandale, Morven Park, it's a pretty close one here. Game in progress, 3 goals straight. I might just get an update on that. No, it's the latest update, so it's might not have been updated for a while. But last score, Evandale 3 goals straight, 18, Perth 2-4-16. Be a major upset there if Evandale were to prevail. Bridport versus Campbelltown. Wow, a big margin here. So Bridport 21-17, 143. Campbelltown 1-4-10. So a massive lead there at the Bridport Oval. What do you got next, Matt?
Some under 18 scores that have come through. The ones that have been updated on the Play HQ website. So I'm going to share a few of those. At Invermay Park earlier today, it was a bit of a thriller between OLs and Bridge North. It was Bridge North coming out on top there by 2 points, 9-6-60. Defeated OLs 8-10-58. At Windsor Park earlier today, it was Launceston with a pretty big win in that one. That was 25-10, 160. Defeated Longford 4-1-25. And at John Cunningham Memorial Oval, it was Old Scotch there. The Old Scotch under 18s was at 9-11-65, defeated St Pat's 4-3-27.
And here earlier today, no under 18s game. Deloraine unfortunately forfeited to South Launceston. I can see Chris Sayer out in the ground there before we go any further. Chris, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I was listening to Anthony Taylor's address to his South Launceston players. I don't know if you're aware up there, but this is a simple game, according to Anthony. Either we're in possession, or they are in possession, or the ball's in dispute. Really back to basics. He was quite happy with the quarter, of course, but he did say in the first half of that quarter, South Launceston laid 10 tackles. In the second half of that quarter, when Deloraine happened to get on top, only laid 2 tackles. So Deloraine really came back in that quarter, and the coach recognises that. He wants more handball receives going through the middle of the ground in this second half. But other than that, he's quite happy, and I can't see any injuries. So
thank you, Chris. No worries. We'll hear from you again third quarter.
Very good. Thanks, Chris Sayer.
It was noticeable there. Sorry, before you get it was noticeable there with the times that we did go through the corridor.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
They look good. Yes, Chris, one more thing.
Go back to Chris Sayer.
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed, but the lights are on.
Yes.
Yes.
Dark down here.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Thanks, Chris Sayer.
Just got an update there from Windsor Park.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to Scott Steele. Oops, I shouldn't have given my source away, but I did. And it looks like 17 minutes in the third quarter, it's Longford 54 leading Launceston 38. So, gee, that would throw a cat amongst the pigeons if Longford got over Launceston. And it'd be good for South, says Rick, who's next to us there. That's for sure. And then AFL
just click over full time. So Blues are home by 13 points. So 16-14, 110. Defeated the Gold Coast Suns at 15-7, 97.
Yeah, big important win there for the Blues.
Yep. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Geez, and bigger elephant in the room would be the Gold Coast Suns. I think that's
8 in a row
that they've lost. So rewind the clock, and they were I think 7 wins after 10 games, and sitting up there about second spot on the ladder, and then they've lost their last 8 since then. So danger signs for them. Now, Dave, I've got to mention it, but celebrate a bit of milestone during the week, that 10 years of City Park Radio and AFL Tas live streaming together. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, so our first broadcast was 2013, but it wasn't until 2016, on the 24th of July, that we did our first live stream linked up with the camera. It was North Launceston versus Glenorchy at UTAS Stadium, and they were the two power teams at that time. And they played in the grand final subsequently in that year, and they'd played the year before as well. So it worked. All the technology worked pretty well, and was still sporadic for another year or so. But I think from pretty much from late 2017, each week there was a stream game. So yeah, pretty groundbreaking. The streaming everywhere now. Cricket, footy, whatever you think of, it's being streamed. So at that point, it was quite a novelty. So yep. 10 years of streaming involving City Park Radio.
Yeah, that's fantastic, isn't it, Dave? Excellent. And you were there for the start, not only for the streaming era, but covering footy for City Park Radio.
Absolutely, yep. So it's great to be still involved. Look, the umpires are back on the ground. We do need to clear some more messages from our sponsors. We'll take another short break here on City Park Radio. We'll come back, set the scene for the second half here at Youngtown.
Yes, welcome back to Youngtown Recreation Ground. Matt Donaldson here with you on City Park Radio, or the AFL Tas live stream, joined by Dave Moore and David Gruber on the stats, and Job's on the camera for us, and Chris Sayer down on the boundary. Can tell you that it is South Launceston leading here at half-time, 6-7-43. Over Deloraine at 2-3-15, and we'll be getting underway in just a few moments.
Repeat those goal kickers, Matt?
Yeah, sure can. For South Launceston, it's three pairs of two. So we've got Chase Oliver, who kicked one in the dying seconds of the first quarter, in the dying seconds of the half. He's got 2 goals. Hunter Farrell, he's got 2. He kicked one in the first and one in the second. And Jackson Owen, 2 back-to-back goals there in the second quarter. That's their 6 goals. And for Deloraine, the 2 goal kickers are Ben Smith and James Newson has got their 2 goals.
Certainly. So we're just repeating that score. It's a bit of a lead there in the third quarter to Longford at Windsor Park. I don't know how many years it's been since Longford have won at Windsor Park. Will be quite a few years.
Quite a few years, I'd imagine.
And the AFL and the Blues got up there against the Gold Coast Suns. Both teams just going through a few warm-ups.
You still haven't got any other women's scores apart from the one
Let's
that we
repeat
covered
the one
earlier
there
today,
today.
which is, definitely. So the South Launceston women, earlier today we covered that one for the AFL Tas live stream, and it was South Launceston women there, 6-6-42. Sorry, Groups, I'll just give you the goal kickers for that one as well. So 6-6-42 defeated Deloraine women 2-10-22. And those goal kickers from the first game, Liana Freestone kicked the 3, Hannah Viney kicked 1, and Georgia Gillow and Emily Williams kicked 1. And for Deloraine, it was a couple of last quarter goals to Danielle Dunstan and Holly Beaumont. They kicked singles there. And as South Launceston ran out winners, 20-point victors earlier today.
So update on the score. It's tightening up there at Windsor Park. 54 plays 46. At the 25-minute mark of the third quarter. So thanks for that score there. I've got a spy maybe at Rachel Lee too that I've asked a question of, so we'll try and keep you updated with those scores.
Thanks, Dave. Just keeping the people
spies
updated.
Around.
Excellent.
Absolutely. It's an interesting round of footy. North and Scottsdale, as I said, if Scottsdale win that one, they're off the bottom of the ladder. Conversely, if North can win, they avoid that. But they also bring themselves closer to Deloraine, and those two play each other next week out at Deloraine. So there's a lot still going on in the Premier League, that's for sure. And certainly the top three, also a lot to play for. Still got, including today, 6 rounds to go. So I know last week there was a bit of a knock on the Premier League season. It was a bit short. I think it was only 15, 16 games. So this year they've gone to each one playing each other 4 times. So it's a 20-round season, which I think is pretty good. Third quarter action is Matt Donaldson for City Park Radio Sport.
Getting underway here in the third quarter. Ruck's guy at it was Dean with a bit of height there in the ruck. Won the tap down, but it's going to go Deloraine's way. Kick up forward centre half through for Blizzard. Loose footy in the 50 here. Sweeping handball. Here's Byrne. Byrne handles over the top. He finds a player in Smith. Smith handles back. Player tackle, and the tackle was laid there by Sam Lucas. Nicely done by Sam Lucas, winning the free kick there. And it was Leighton Bloomfield who was tackled with that ball. Comes out to the wing, ends up with Grant Holt. So Grant Holt on that outer side. Start of the third quarter. South Launceston leading. Holt takes his time and then goes for some distance down the wing. Kicks us up forward and finds Dean. Oliver Dean takes a really nice contested mark. Looks to come inboard and found Hunter Farrelly. So Farrelly's having a pretty good game. He's got this one just on the edge of the square and a chance to pump South Launceston inside 50 and does just that. Chance at the back, comes off hands, loose footy, handballs over the top, snap towards goal, bouncing footy. And a chance there to just brushed over the line there by Tyler Killick.
I just want to go back to that first entry from Deloraine. Ben Smith could have actually turned and shot on goal. He sort of turned back into the play, looking for a handball outlet, and eventually got turned over. So, easy from up here, I know. From the full back line, out they come now here for Deloraine. As I turn the page to my right team, it was Tyler Killick there, releasing the footy. Comes out here towards Jackson Milburn, little fumble. Lay a tackle there on Taylor, who didn't have the footy. So it'll be Lockie Taylor with a free kick from left half back for South Launceston. Now the switch is on here to Charlesworth. Blizzard gets there first, takes the footy, takes a bounce over the top, gets it to Ben Smith, who can waltz in and get a goal for Deloraine. So goal there to Ben Smith, his second, and the switch there wasn't on, and great vision there from young Blizzard.
Terrific,
bit of a flying mullet there, and he took the footy, had a bit of audacity to take the bounce. You could see he was in two minds. Am I going to shoot on goal? But he did the right thing in there and got it to Ben Smith. And an early goal for Deloraine in the third quarter.
It's just what the game called for, Dave.
Absolutely.
With Deloraine bouncing back in the first goal of the second half. Nicely done, Ben Smith. But like you said, it was Blizzard who really took the game on. Was in two minds, but ended up making the right call, getting it to Ben Smith, and Ben Smith pops his second goal through. So he's kicked 2 goals, one today, Ben Smith, one in the second, one in the third, and just closes that gap nicely. Deloraine move on to 3-3-21, trailing South Launceston 6-8-44, and we've been going 2.5 minutes in the third quarter. Back in the centre, Dean goes up in the ruck, gets the tap down, but only as far as Cade Howe there. He gets the footy and bombs it inside 50. Here's a chance. Bloomfield, Dave Moore called for it in the first half. Bloomfield has moved forward. Sweeping on it first there was Seb Page. He gets it away. Long ball down the wing. There's been a whistle. It's coming back. It's going to be a South free kick. And it's going to come back here. Or is it being paid downfield? No, it's going to be a downfield free kick. So it's over on that opposite wing.
Three-quarter time at Windsor Park, Matt. 54 Longford, 46 Launceston.
Oh, it's getting close there at Windsor Park. The free kick was paid downfield to Sam Lucas, who got it inboard to Grant Holt. Grant Holt has chipped it forward, and now it's a loose ball over on that wing. Swooping on it there is Toby Morrison. He gets involved, gets a quick handball out, and umpire's called something. It was a push in the back. It's a free kick to South Launceston. Oh, a reversal. Hello, there's been a reversal. Yes, it is now going Deloraine's way. And it's going to Chilcott, and he goes pretty quickly and finds Bloomfield in the centre of Youngtown Oval. This is Bloomfield, wheels and goes, gets it on the right, pops it up inside, 50, chance for Deloraine. Oh, great mark in front.
Woodcock Davis.
That's a terrific, Ollie Woodcock Davis. That is a terrific grab. And Ollie Woodcock Davis gets up a bit gingerly, but he finds Hunter Farrelly. Hunter Farrelly, quick handball to Ryder Bug. Ryder Bug drives this one down the centre of Youngtown Oval. Here comes the turnover, though. Deloraine. Is it a turnover? No. Holding the ball. South Launceston will have another chance through Brendan Taylor. So this was Taylor with that handball. Won the free kick. He's going to chip it up towards centre half forward, and has found a player there in Matthew Lee.
Too much latitude, Matt.
Lee goes to the pocket, finds a player, has it bounce, play on, says the umpire. And it was Chase Oliver again who got to it on the bounce, sweeping handball over the top. Has found Lockie Harris. And a chance now for Deloraine to bring this ball out of defence.
Yes, marking the goal square, releasing kick. Now ends up here with Killick. Down the wing, in the direction of Chilcott. Probably should have taken out Mark Kai Chilcott. Handball's backwards there for teammate. It's number 6, Guernsey. I'm not sure if that's a jumper change. Chris, can you get on that for us, please? Number 6 there for Deloraine. Gets the kick forward. Now it's holding the ball there against Deloraine. It's against James Newsom. It's going the way there of the number 6 in Kurt Hibbs. Hibbs switches it to Woodcock Davis. Defensive side on the centre square. Shorts it up to Harris. Releases now to Charlesworth, who darts off. Takes a bounce. Kick inside 50. Front position. Can't quite take the mark there. That was Tom Graham up forward. Interesting positional change. Picked up nicely by Taylor. Has support. Snap towards goal. Offline.
That was Lucas.
Thank you, Sam Lucas. One behind. 6-9-45 South Launceston. Deloraine 3-3-21.
So Deloraine to bring this ball back in through Liam Taylor. Taylor, short pass on that outer side right in front of the scoreboard, and he's found a targeting Gleeson. This is Dill Gleeson right in front of the scoreboard here at Youngtown. Goes a little bit further downfield, but it's been chopped off. Intercept mark taken there, and it's pumped back inside 50. Here is Tom Graham right on the paint of 50. Centering ball was found a teammate he has in Alex Jordan. Jordan takes the mark. About 45 out. Slide angle. This is Alex Jordan. Chips it up. Short pass. Yes, he has, and he's found Matthew Lee. So Matthew Lee takes this mark 40 out, almost directly in front, and a chance for South Launceston to bounce back and get the next one in this match.
I just think some of their key players, South Launceston, have been quieter than normal today.
Yeah.
I don't want to name them, but there's just a few players I usually call a lot that just haven't had their usual involvement. And I'll be looking for those sort of players to lift. Matthew Lee, we know that he's certainly got the journey in him from here. He's gone right back towards the centre circles.
Sure, has he got 39 for the year as well, Foz? So 39 goals for the year. Second in the goal kicking in the NTFA Premier League. Matthew Lee, he'll kick this from just inside 50. Lee leans back. It's a long kick. Oh, goal umpire was in the right position there, and it's come off hand and it's through for a behind.
6-10-46 the Bulldogs. The Roos 3-3-21. Jaden last out of full back here, looking for Kai Chilcott, who takes the mark. Got a score from Rachel Lee. North Launceston, Scottsdale at the next stoppage. So we've got a jumper change there, Matt. Dylan Hall was 23. He's now number 6.
Thank you very much to Chris Sayer there. He's on the ball for us.
Tyler Killick goes wide. Over there looking for Liam Taylor. Gets the footy under pressure from Lucas. Back towards Blizzard. Getting there first is Brendan Taylor. He's over the footy. Blizzard applying the pressure. Good one-on-one from the two players. An old training drill there, the old one-on-one. Remember that back in the day. We've got a ball up. Right half forward for the Bulldogs. Just asserting a bit of pressure. We'll get to Dave Gruber some early stats in a moment. Nice hit down there by Cade Howe. Up to the wing. Although taken away now nicely. Inside 50, Logan Smith. For the mark there from Jaden Last. Got some stats for us there, groups?
Inside 50 is pretty even. 5-4 South Launceston's way. South Launceston have had 6 free kicks already this quarter to Deloraine's 1.
Blizzard with the ball at half back.
Blizzard goes long down the wing. Bloomfield was up. Did he get into the back there of Dean? No, says the umpire. Play on called. Here is that man. Number 6, Hall. So with the jumper change, sweeping handball over the top, gets it to Bramage. Bramage goes towards goal. And Bramage goes towards goal and puts it through. So goal to Deloraine.
Young Nate Bramage. He's looked lively at times. And he's picked one, kicked one through there for Deloraine.
So just gets that last goal back there for Deloraine, just bridging that gap a little bit. So Nate Bramage pops one through.
Just to get that other score that I promised there, Matt, to Rochalee. And it's Scottsdale 7-4-46, leading North Launceston 4-4-28. And Longford, very accurate, 9 straight 54, leading Launceston 6-10-46.
Very accurate. Longford
so
wins a park.
We got what we haven't had for a long time. It's a long way to go. We've got 3 really competitive games in the NTFA Premier, and we're loving it.
So South Launceston 6-10-46, leading Deloraine 4-3-27. But Deloraine have kicked a couple of goals this quarter to bridge that gap. Here's Dave Moore.
From the centre, ball up. Brendan Taylor crawling on hands and knees there, trying to pick it up. Next goal pretty important in this game. It's a margin back to 19 points. And playing at 9 minutes. City Park Radio next week. We've got the Kangaroos again. We'll be at Deloraine. For Deloraine versus North Launceston, which is shaping up to be a pretty important game. Out it comes. Off the side of the boot there from Bailey Lowe. He has to go and chase it himself. Before it goes over the boundary line, it just gets there in time. Backtracks with handball to Tom Graham. Off a standing start, spots up Logan Smith. One grab, two, couldn't take it. Has time to recover. He's met by a couple of Kangaroos. In a vice-like tackle. Stops him in his tracks. Ball up. Attacking side of the wing for the Bulldogs. 6:10:46. They lead Deloraine 4-3-27.
10 minutes gone in this third quarter. And it is South Launceston leading. Good tap on that occasion from Dean. Gets it down. Players converge over this footy. Breaking away with it, though, was Brendan Taylor. He gets it inside 50. Here's a chance. Oh, almost a Nason in the front spot. Snapped around the corner. Bouncing footy. Chance for Deloraine to clear. Couple of players, good race this and a good one-on-one. Oh, that's a great effort there from the 31, Jackson Owens, who turns and pops it up. Oh, and it's been cut off by Jalen Chilcott right on the last line of defence. Chance for Deloraine to clear.
Chilcott releases it to the back pocket. They'll hold things up here in the gloom. Just trying to pick up the player's number there. Jaden Last, you should have recognised by that long left foot hoof that he's got down the wing. All the Bulldogs off the hands of Wilcock Davis. Chance for the Deloraine. Handball was good in the end. Dispossessed there was Cade Howe, the big ruckman. Charlesworth steams through, gets it to Seb Page, back to Charlesworth, over the top, now to Taylor, 60 metres out, let's fly for goal. Owens over the back, off hands, spills through for a behind. 6:11:47 to 4:3:27, inside 50s this quarter, Dave Gruber.
7-5, South Launceston on top.
It's Liam Taylor bringing out a defence for Deloraine. He finds a short pass and gets an option there to Oliver Neat. This is Neat coming out to the broadcast side, and he's found Oliver Clark. So this is Clark right in front of the Dogs interchange bench. Looks to move this footy further down the wing and does just that. Kicks towards Bloomfield, but it's been cut off there. Nice contested grab by Kobe Morrison. Morrison goes towards half-back, finds Dean. Dean takes the mark, looks to play on straight away. Gets out to a player there in Alex Jordan. Alex Jordan goes for a run, pops this one up inside 50. Mark, was it? No, says the umpire. Sport at the last moment. Clearing kick out of there. That was from Last. Gets it back into the centre of the ground. Dean's there, gets a fist on it. Loose footy to be won. Is that Blizzard out there with that flowing hair? Yes, he's good to call. Blizzard gets it in the way of Newsom. Bouncing footy. Can it bounce up for him? It does eventually. He's got a couple of South Bulldogs sweating on him. Play on, says the umpire. Gibson swoops in. Handball's over the top. Loose footy to be won here. Here's Seb Page. He picks it up. Gets a handball out. Loose footy. Was that ball dropped? No. Play on, says the umpire. Good go this. A good competitive play of footy. There's been a free kick plucked out. High contact going the way of South Launceston. It's going to Seb Page.
Gee, this game's gone up a notch. Pretty physical now. Both teams know the next goal's pretty important. Bailey Lowe gets some space. He runs his full measure. Oh, gee, there were a few gasps from the crowd, but his kick inside 50 is cut off there by Chilcott. Short kick now. Ends up here with Killick. Tyler Killick. Goes short here to Ryan Byrne.
He's been great today, Ryan Byrne.
As indeed. He's got it. Back into the centre square. There's a teammate in Neat. He takes the mark on the centre wing. Plays on immediately. Goes in the Bloomfield direction. Big squall from behind though. Chance here low. Can't break through. Bloomfield, or Ben Smith it is. Kicks inside 50. Dangerous here. Hewitt has support here. Jackson Milburn. Snaps a goal. The youngster Jackson Milburn gathered it in. The old dribble kick was always on target, and they did well there. Darcy Hewitt, smart play. He got the hands away instead of snapping himself. Saw the man in a little bit of space in Jackson Milburn. And Deloraine now 5-3-33. The Bulldogs 6-11-47. Matt,
bit of support here for Deloraine too, Dave. I heard that through the effects mic. So there's a few that have made the trip up, which is fantastic, and some really exciting play. Like we said, it's lifted here in the last 5 minutes or so.
Slightly contentious. The Jackson Owens made the mark.
Yes, yep.
Did he hold it long enough? Was there fun on contact? You know, that's one of those ones.
Long enough, but
Groups, talk to us, mate. Couple of stats.
South Launceston 9 inside 50s. Deloraine have now had 6. Intercept marks 3 for South Launceston, 5 for Deloraine.
Matt Donaldson for City
Caleb
Park Radio
Nason
Sport.
in the ruck. Comes down, player tackled immediately there, and it was Bailey Lowe that applied that tackle. And in fact, he's won the free kick, so Bailey Lowe.
Quick score, Launceston 52, Longford 54.
Hunter Farrelly drives this one up and finds a player on a lead in Matthew Lee. This is Matthew Lee, has it just outside 50, looks for some options, and now looks to go, or chips this one shorter, just inside 50. Can he hit up a player? Goes through hands there, goes through the hands of Tommy Graham. Deloraine player tackled immediately there, and it goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in the forward pocket for South Launceston. South Launceston 6-11-47, leading Deloraine 5-3-33. We've gone 15 minutes in this third term. And it was Chilcott there who was tackled over the line. Rucks go at it. Dean gets the front spot and gets his footy down, and we trickle over and we'll go again, Dave Moore.
Yes, and that forward pocket underneath the scoreboard starting to shine brightly. We'll get down to Chris Sayer in a moment to see if there's any developments at the next stoppage. So it's been a fairly injury-free game so far. Deep in attack, the Bulldogs. Oliver Dean in ruck here. Looks like he's going up against Jalen Chilcott, which will be a mismatch. Sure, who's going in the ruck? Yes, it is Jalen Chilcott. Yeah. He might have won it too. Flips it over the back.
Tap, yeah.
Chance here. Owens dispossessed. Neat. Handball away. Chain of handballs are out of defence. Through Chilcott. Blind kick though ends up with Hibbs. Defensive side of the centre square for the Bulldogs. Chips the kick forward. Leading out, honouring the kick there was Logan Smith. He's right in the centre circles. Signals he's going to go long and does so. Target is Chase Oliver. Gets the front position. Can't quite take the mark. Deloraine defence does well again. Now with Kai Chilcott. Oh, he's caught. Not penalised though. Not sure about that. There's Holt. Laid the tackle. No free kick. He must have got a handball out of some sort. Chilcott fired up and his kick was to half back there, and Woodcock Davis takes the mark. He kicks the wing to Tom Graham.
Tom Graham out on the wing here. He's going to bring it back to the centre towards Seb Page. Seb Page, short pass is on. Oh, it goes over the top of the head there of Hunter Farrelly and ends up with Deloraine, and it ends up with James Newsom. So Newsom, the goal kicker, chips this one out on the wing. Whistle, high contact. Yes, it is. Coming back to Lachlan Taylor. So Lockie Taylor right in front of us here. Looks to centre it initially and then goes further afield towards the centre half forward position. Coming out to meet it strong there was Bailey Lowe. Comes off his hands. Loose footy lurking around. Logan Smith has it. Tackled immediately. Umpire says, give it to me. We'll go again. We've been going almost 17 minutes in this third quarter, and it's South Launceston by 14 points. Geez, Deloraine would love the next one, Dave.
They would indeed. It's a very competitive game here at Youngtown. I hope you enjoyed on the AFL Tas live stream and on City Park Radio. We've got a secondary ball up. We're on the attacking side of the centre circles for the Bulldogs. A couple of Deloraine players have been wanting to get on the ground for a long time, but the ball's been on the far side. Is that a high tackle? It's not. Kai Chilcott was caught with the footy by Logan Smith. Another ball up. Pretty important clearance coming up here.
Yeah, Caleb Nason's done some nice things in the ruck, Dave. He goes again, Caleb Nason, and gets his own footy initially, and then it comes out. High ball right in front of us. Oh, contested footy. No one takes the grab. It's going to be another ball up here in front of us. Yeah, when given the opportunity in the ruck, I reckon Caleb Nason's gone all right, Dave.
And Cade Howe, the other big fella there, has tried hard as well.
Yeah,
he's out on his feet at the moment. He wins the tap.
He does win the tap. Comes back to Nason. There's been a whistle, a jumper hold, and it's going South Launceston's way. No, it's not going Delorain's way.
Cade Howe.
Cade Howe with this one. Pops it up. Got a 2-on-1 here. Smith gets front hands to it. Loose footy right on the paint of 50 for Deloraine. Trickles inboard. Ryan Byrne again gets a handball. Comes out to Smith. Sweeping handball over the top. Deloraine look on here. Here's a chance through Jaden Last. Sweeping handball. Can they score from here? It's Flynn Tuan. Goes towards goal and has kicked it. So Flynn Tuan gets on the board. And Deloraine have kicked 3 goals in this quarter, and they're bridging that close. They're now down by 8 points.
Okay, so that's 6-3-39 to 6-11-47. Just want to go back there, and if you're watching on YouTube, rewind it. The handball of Kai Chilcott, it was a really heavily populated forward 50, and he found a teammate there in a bit of space, which led to a chain of handballs. Flynn Tuan on the end set it on its way, and it's 3 for a goal. And this is game on definitely here. 6-3-39 Deloraine, South Launceston 6-11-47. It's all about belief for Deloraine.
Oh, it is,
they haven't been in this position against one of the big teams. I'll talk about South Launceston and probably, well, they beat Longford in the year, but especially South and Launceston for quite a while. It's all about belief now. Can they keep going? And we get a free
Well,
kick.
Free kick out of the centre.
Yep. So Kai Chilcott now sets sail inside 50. Chance here. Hewitt, Newsom, look away handball. Smith, he's got support. He goes himself. He might have got the handball away to Milburn, who was right next to him. It's out of bounds on the full, although he's played it for a behind. I'm not so sure about that. If we had the arc review.
I think it might be overruled, but we'll go with it. That's what the umpire said.
Umpire said 6-4-40.
So it's behind there to Ben Smith. So he's kicked 2 goals, 2. And it'll be Ollie Wilcock-Davis to bring this one back in for South. He takes a bit of territory and then goes long down the wing with this one. It bounces off a few sets of hands there and ends up with Lockie Harris. Harris turns, gets a high kick, but it's been intercepted there and intercepted by Jaden Last. Last goes up towards half forward. Another chance here for Deloraine. So we'll get the binocular that Newsom. Thanks, Dave. Newsom goes forward. Bloomfield on lead, not quite. Page to clean up for South. Can they get it out of here? Here's Ollie Wilcock-Davis. Ball, say the crowd. Nothing doing. Still there for Deloraine. And bursting out through there is Tom Graham. So Tom Graham clears the ball for now. Gets it out to a vacant wing position. In pursuit there, Lockie Harris leads the race. Doing well as well for Deloraine there. It's a good one-on-one competition over there. There's been a whistle. And it is going at Deloraine's way through Jaden Last. So Jaden Last has this ball on the wing. Centering ball, comes back in, looking towards the corridor. Liam Taylor as they switch this play, coming over to the broadcast side. This is still Gleeson. They've gone backwards a little bit, conceded some ground, but they still have possession. Finds a player in Caleb Atkins. Atkins, short pass, dangerous pass. It was smothered there. Was it Chase Oliver getting a fist in and sees this ball over for a boundary throw-in. We'll have a boundary throw-in. We've gone 21 minutes, Dave Moore.
Got a couple of scores. It's Scottsdale 59 leading North Launceston 33 at three-quarter time. And the Blues have hit the front, Windsor Park.
Free kick here for Deloraine.
By 5 points.
In the meantime, this is Dylan Hall. He goes down the line, finding Byrne. Byrne, his handball was smothered. We'll have a boundary throw-in right in front of a very excited interchange bench for Deloraine.
Yeah, goal to Lenny Faulkner has put Launceston 5 points up at the 13-minute mark of the last quarter. Boundary throw-in. It's all happening around Northern Tasmania.
It's very exciting, Dave.
It's good stuff. It's what we wanted in the Premier League. These sort of competitive contests certainly raises the temperature of everybody following the footy. It's now Taylor. Kicks towards half forward for South Launceston. Chase Oliver's in there. Gibson's got it. Can he wrestle free? Gets it over here towards Harris, the big fella. Little kick is good. Finds Toby Morrison, who can have a shot on goal from 40 out. About 15 metres in from the boundary line. Kick into the northern end. Toby Morrison.
Could be a good settler here for South Launceston. Deloraine have had the best part of play over those last 5 or 6 minutes or so. And it ends up in the hands of Morrison. Just a bit of composure there too from Gibson.
And Lockie Harris too. Smart little kick. So Toby Morrison, we're right behind this one. Kick into the northern end. Oh, it's out of bounds on the full. So crowd a bit of animated about that one. Grooves, a few stats for us.
Well, this time it's South Launceston have been inside 50 12 times for no goals. And Deloraine have been in 9 times for their 4. Intercept marks 5 for South Launceston, 7 for Deloraine, and clearances Deloraine on top 7-3.
Here's Liam Taylor brings this ball back in for Deloraine, and he's found Caleb Atkins. So getting towards half back here, Deloraine. 22 and a half minutes gone in the third quarter. Atkins goes further afield and finds Bloomfield. So Leighton Bloomfield takes this one not too far from the Dogs' interchange. Oh, it's been cut off by Chase Oliver. Oliver pops this one inside 50 and he's found a teammate. Yes, he has, and it is the number 31 in Jackson Owens. 2 goals in the second quarter. Good opportunity as we approach three-quarter time here for South Launceston. Can Owens pop this one through? So he's marked about 30 out, almost directly in front. A great opportunity for South here to finish the third quarter with a couple of goals. So Jackson Owens just starting his approach. It's clicked into the 24th minute of this quarter. Owens, man on the mark, is probably about 30 out. Not much angle to deal with. Jackson Owen comes in. Owens on the right. And it's drifted a left. Through for one behind. And so it's Jackson Owens there. He's kicked 2 goals, 2.
6-12-48, plays 6-4-40 here at Youngtown. City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of local footy. Kick goes up the wing, looks for Bloomfield. Fist away. All South Launceston in the centre of the ground. Taken by Jordan. He goes route 1, straight down the ground. Oliver! Chase Oliver. Extension of the arms again. He just has that front position. And smart play by Jordan. If If you know you've got the tall timber, if you know you've got players down there that can take a grab, that's where you go. And Chase Oliver will line up 35 metres out, directly in front. He's kicked, help me out, Matt, 2 today.
Yes, he has. Yeah, 2 goals.
James Newsom off the ground, doubled over in pain as Chase Oliver. He may have missed as well, and they're just
right, he did.
frittering away a few opportunities here, South Launceston.
6 behind this quarter.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Groups.
Groups. It was Caleb Nason's big fist from that stoppage there that just helped out South Launceston get this ball back, coming back into the centre of the ground. Here's Deloraine. Goes, that was a long kick from the kick-out, finds Smith. Smith goes around the corner and he's found a teammate there in number 24, which is Tyler Killick. So Killick right in the centre of Youngtown Oval. Pops this up towards half-forward. Caleb Nason filling the hole. Nason gets back, takes a good intercept mark, comes out to the wing. Oh, good spoil there. That was Oliver Clark for Deloraine. Loose footy now. Here's Gibson. Gibson right in front of the Deloraine's bench. Free kick downfield. Downfield, yeah. He was dealt with after he kicked it there, Gibson. A little bit happening in front of the Deloraine bench at the moment. I'll call the play, Dave. You keep an eye on that.
Okay.
Chip down the forward. Oh, hello. Whistle's gone. It was Jackson Owens has taken the mark. Mark's about 55 out. But he's going to have a ping.
It's a little bit on here.
Yeah, it is. There's a little bit going on in front of us. I'll call the goal. You keep an eye on what's going on there, Dave. So Jackson Owens has marked about 55 out. It's right in front of us here. He's going to load up with a torp, I would suggest. Owens, he's probably run off the line. He has. Play on. So no score.
Okay, so just back in front of us, there was just a little bit of push and shove. It was Jackson Milburn there as the youngster involved. And Nick Milburn, the coach and dad, as you would, has come out and been a bit protective. Anthony Clayton's out there, the president. So there's a lot of talking going on. And Deloraine energised at the moment because they're right in this. It's 6-13-49 South Launceston. Deloraine 6-4-40. I don't know if you got anything to add there, Groups. You'll have the eye on things.
No. Yeah, no.
Just got a little bit spicy.
Just got a little
there
bit
towards-
heated.
Yeah, just towards the end of the third quarter there. Just got a little bit spicy in front of us here. Jackson Owens tried to get on the top and ran off the mark and played on. So it was called play on, so no score. South Launceston by 9 points at his last change, 6-13-49, leading Deloraine at 6-4-40. Those goal kickers, I'll whip you through the goal kickers. For Deloraine, 2 to Ben Smith, singles to Jackson Milburn, James Newsom, Flynn Tuan, who kicked a great goal in that quarter, and Nate Bramage. And for South Launceston, no goals in that quarter, so it's still the 3 goal kickers. Chase Oliver's got 2, Hunter Farrelly's got 2, and Jackson Owen has the 2.
It's 9 points here at Youngtown. South Launceston lead. It's 5 points to Launceston over Longford at Windsor Park at the 20-minute mark. And the last score I had there at three-quarter time at Rocherlee, it was 59 Scottsdale, 33 North Launceston. So, yeah, it's all happening around the grounds here in the Northern NTFA Premier League. Great to see. We'll catch our breath here, Matt. There's a lot to talk about in this game.
We
had groups of stats.
Go for a group. No, take us through the
stats. Yep.
Hit out South Launceston 30 to Deloraine's 9. Clearances pretty even. South Launceston 17, Deloraine 19. Inside 50s. South Launceston 33, Deloraine 30. It was 14 to 9 South Launceston's favour in that third quarter. Marks inside 50. South Launceston took 6 that quarter, taking them to 9 for the match, and Deloraine are on 3. Intercept marks 13, South Launceston 12 for Deloraine, and free kicks 19 for South Launceston and 22 for Deloraine.
Just the scoring in that quarter, Groups, was
6 behind to 4 goals won.
Yes, so look, what an interesting game. We do need to take a break and get some message from our sponsors here on City Park Radio. We'll come back real quick, though, and we'll talk about a massive last quarter here at Youngtown. Well, 6-13-49, the Bulldogs, 6-4-40, Deloraine, 9-point margin here at three-quarter time. Look, we had some fiery stuff there at the end of the quarter, but it was a good quarter of footy.
Oh, great quarter.
Certainly South Launceston didn't make the most of their opportunities, and Deloraine did. Some good footy. They're putting a lot of pressure on South Launceston, not allowing to get that running game going. We know that's their game. When they do get it going, we've seen a couple of times today, they can score quite well, but their defence has been fantastic back there. There's no doubt about it. Led by Jaden Last, Liam Taylor down there, Dylan Chilcott, Jalen Chilcott, the number 15, Atkins. Like, they've been a really tight unit, and they've made it hard for South Launceston to score, and look, they've made most of some of their opportunities as well, going the other way. Chris Sayer, you're down on the boundary there.
Yeah, I went to the Deloraine huddle, and that skirmish right in front of us is something to do with Will Gibson. They're not happy. Deloraine are not happy with them. A credit to the Deloraine coach. He said, "Cool heads will prevail." They're really hot under the collar, Deloraine, and the coach has told them to settle down, continue what they're doing. They have a sniff in this game. They really think they can do it.
Game over at Windsor Park. It's an upset, Matt.
Oh, no. So
it's Longford have scored late, and they've beaten Launceston by 2 points, 61-59. So there's a major upset in the Premier League.
Huge. Wow. What a great opportunity by Longford.
Absolutely. And last score we had there at Rochalee, it was 59-33. Scottsdale Lenny. Anyway, all eyes here now on Youngtown. Last quarter action with Dave Moore, Matt Donaldson, Dave Gruber and Chris Sayer. Nason caught with the footy, gets it away to Tom Graham. Holt gets a high tackle and gets helped up by his opponent. Good sportsmanship. So Holt now, defensive side of the centre circle.
50.
And we got 50. So I'm not sure what happened there. Don't think it was anything to do with the mark. That is the player on the mark, I should say.
There's a lot of confusion all around in that centre square.
The shortest 50 you've ever seen.
Yeah.
So Holt will still be delivering here from right on 50 by the time he kicks it. But a big moment in this game, early in the last quarter. They lead by 9 points, the Bulldogs. And it's Grant Holt. White pink boots. One of his quieter days today. On the left foot, kicking to the southern end. And it's offline. 6-14-50. I think that's probably about 7 behinds in a row now for South Launceston. Keeping the Roos definitely in this game. Out of fullback. Getting decisive here is Liam Taylor. He's going to go to the far side. His target over there is Bloomfield. He's up against Chase Oliver, who takes a strong mark out in front. He's been one of the Bulldogs' best as Chase Oliver. Very impressive. Short kick. Looking for Ryder Bug. Does he mark that up? I said no. Bump ball. And we'll get a ball up. 55 out from South Launceston goal.
Certainly will inside the last quarter here. Just in the second minute, so plenty of footy to be played out. Ball goes up just outside 50 here for South. Gets the tap down. Centering ball. Loose footy. Dangerous ball here for Deloraine. In the pocket. And he's going to trickle out. Or is it? No. Yes, it is. And it's Brendan Taylor there. Just made sure it was out. There's been a whistle, actually. There's a bit going on in the forward pocket. There's been a whistle. And I think it's going to be Brendan Taylor with a free kick. It is. So Taylor will take this free kick from the pocket. It might have been for high contact. So Taylor, so another shot on goal. So Taylor with the snap around the corner. And he's gone near side. So Brendan Taylor has kicked it behind. These behinds are mounting up for South Launceston at the moment.
It was Connor Alexander that kicked the winning goal for Longford. He's off from the backman. Yeah, but he can be moved forward on occasion. So it was in the dying minutes of the game. So it's a big win. It's been many a year, I'd say, since Longford have won at Windsor Park. As the short kick comes out from Deloraine. Oh, Jackson Owens nearly paid that one umpire. It was a great effort with the one hand. Just hit the turf. That's Dylan Hall there with the jumper change. It might be a sling tackle. Holding the ball.
I thought that ball went out of bounds first. So anyway, the umpire's called it.
Jackson Owens right on the boundary line. The youngster's kicked a couple of goals today.
He has. He's got 2 goals too.
Both in the second quarter to this end of the ground. I think he's going to straighten it up. He is. Centres it to the goal square. Oh, big fella Viney there couldn't quite get to it. Hunter Farrelly hovering. Deloraine player, no prior. Going to be a ball up 40 metres out from South Launceston's goal. So Deloraine holding back the dam wall a bit here, Matt.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
They're going to have to do it for another 20 minutes or so and score themselves. In the ruck there. One there by Howe. Kick up towards the full forward line. Hovering there is Matthew Lee. He's got it now. Is he going to snap? Gets it back to Holt. Can he fashion a snap? Back further to Lee. He's 30 out, round the corner. Not a bad shot on goal. Matthew Lee. Oh, and the big moments come. He stands up, Matthew Lee.
What a great goal, Dave. Matthew Lee from the pocket. It was there. They were threatening South Launceston that had a couple of shots on goal in the opening minutes of this last quarter. And Matthew Lee produces a little bit of magic from the pocket.
The good thing there, look, experienced play, because there's a couple of times he could have taken the first snap, but he realised he was under more pressure. He got it away to hold. He got it back again. He realised he had the space, and that was the moment he pulled the trigger. And that's a vital goal to start this last quarter. 7:15:57, the Bulldogs. The Kangaroos 6-4-40. 4 minutes into the last quarter. Lights are on here at Youngtown.
Not out of it by any stretch, Deloraine. It's a 3-goal margin, 17 points. 7:15:57, leading Deloraine 6-4-40 from the centre. Rucks go at it, loose footy. Came down, Cade Howe was there. And it goes to ground, and the umpire says, give it to me, we will go again. So we'll have a secondary ball up in the centre of the ground. 5 minutes gone in this final quarter. South Launceston lead by 17 points in what's been a pretty contested affair. Oh, there's been an injury there. There's a bit of a corky, perhaps, to the number 6 in Dylan Hall.
Yeah, we're going to need a bit of a hold-on play here.
It's a cramp or a corky. He's just,
Didn't see the incident led to it.
He sort of underneath the pack, was tackled and had a ball up. Yeah, a bit of a corky anyway. In the meantime, ball goes up. Caleb Nason gets the double-fisted down. Kick there by Farrelly. Oh my! What a play there. Smart play by Farrelly. He's one of the best on the ground today. He's gone off the ground and he's found Oliver Dean at the top of the goal square. So just some fast ball movement there from South Launceston. Farrelly goes off the ground and finds Dean. And Oliver Dean will have a shot on goal. And the man on the mark is only about 20 yards straight in front.
Yeah, smart play, Farrelly.
He's a good player.
Just a touch of class.
Sure does. As Oliver Dean starts his approach. Comes in. Big goal here for South Launceston. Goes with the right. Pops it straight over the goal umpire. And South Launceston strike back. They kick their 8th goal. Oliver Dean kicks his first one of the day. And we saw him last week at the NTFA rep game. Dave, we were impressed with Oliver Dean's work, both up forward and in the ruck.
Yeah, he's been a bit quiet today. I mean, he had Bloomfield as his opponent there in that first section of the game. But yeah, this is the danger time now for Deloraine. They've done all the hard work. They've got themselves into the contest. But we know what a fit team South Launceston are. It's something they've really worked on this season.
Absolutely.
Just repeating that earlier score that Longford have defeated Launceston by 2 points at Windsor Park. I'll try and get a score there. Close to a final score there, Rachel Lee between North Launceston and Scottsdale. Another clearance here through Farrelly. Fades out to the pocket. Lee will get there first. He's got the footy. Sums up his options. Round the corner. Centering ball. Farrelly will fly from behind. Produced the body by Jaden Last. Falls to Morrison though. Cruising past Tom Graham for another one for South Launceston.
It's raining goals now.
Tommy Graham. There's a bit of how you do afterwards as well. Involved there was Oliver Clark, but Tom Graham finished the work nicely. And once again, Matthew Lee, smart play.
Very smart.
Another clearance from Hunter Farrelly, Matt Donaldson.
Well, Dave, bang, bang, bang. South Launceston have opened this last quarter with goals to Matthew Lee, Oliver Dean and Tom Graham, and they have put a bit of scoreboard space in the opening few minutes of this final term. Just a little bit of class here from South Launceston and putting some scoreboard pressure. They didn't kick a goal in the third quarter, but they've hit back pretty hard in the last quarter.
Chris Sayer, if you're down there, you got anything for us at boundary level?
Yeah, no, that Deloraine guy, Holt, I think he's got a knock to the hip, so I don't think it's too bad. The magic spray is going to help him.
And South Launceston energised at ground level. Certainly they must be, because they've got 3 goals on the board.
Caleb Nason wins the tap on that occasion. It's coming out towards the back of the pack. Handball out, finds Grant Holt. Grant Holt pops it on the boot. Goes up towards centre half forward. Loose ball here to be won. Ground footy to be won. Getting in there was Brendan Taylor. He's underneath this pack. Umpire blows the whistle and says, give it to me. We'll go again. We've gone 7.5 minutes here in the last quarter. And it is South Launceston open up a 29-point lead now. Rucks go at it, gets it down. Quick kick inside 50. South Launceston pressing in. Here's Farrelly. There's been a whistle. It's a jumper hold. And is it going the way of Matthew Lee? Yes, it is.
He's come alive this quarter.
Oh, geez, hasn't he done?
Quite
He's really stepped
quarters.
up. Yeah, he has been.
But
Really getting his presence felt out there at the moment. Matthew Lee. So free kick was for a jumper hold, and man on the mark is about 46 metres away from goal, directly in front. So Lee from downtown, he'll kick this one from probably the painted of centre square, I reckon. But looks to be backing himself in and having a shot. South by 29 points. Matthew Lee starts his approach. 8.5 minutes gone, final term. Here's Lee for South Launceston. Goes for goal. Kicks it from outside 50. Pops it up into the pocket. Chance here. Oh, it's marked. Yes, it is.
Morrison, I think.
Morrison. I think Morrison's underneath it. You're right, Dave. It is Morrison. Yep, well called. So this is Morrison here. Takes the mark in the pocket. And again, a chance for South Launceston to extend this lead and kick 4 goals in the space of about 5 minutes here in the final term to really put some scoreboard distance on themselves and the Roos. So Morrison, we'll have a great view of this one. We're right behind it here in the broadcast booth at South Launceston. Morrison comes in. And it's close. Oh, it just goes to the right. So one behind there for Toby Morrison. And it's South Launceston by an even 30 points at 9 minutes gone. Final term, Dave Moore.
Jaden Last has the footy. Looking for options. Going to go long on that left foot. Jackson Milburn here. The wrestle with Logan Smith, and Jackson Milburn does well. Takes the mark. It's the appreciation of the Deloraine crowd as we've got some nice bright sunlight here at Youngtown. He goes to half forward. Leighton Bloomfield's up against 3 of them. James Newsom, though, at the fall of the ball, releases the footy towards half forward. Gee, a bad bounce for the Deloraine boys. Good bounce for Will Gibson. And he gets to the wing to right a bug. He's got a bit of time. It's now to Tom Graham. Long handball to Farrelly. He's been huge in this last quarter. Farrelly takes a bounce. Kicks deep. Jackson Owens will get back there and take a mark. He led to space, and Farrelly had the understanding that that's where he was going to go. And a little bit of pace off the mark there from Jackson Owens, who's been a really impressive young player today in his second season of senior footy.
Oh, the pace of Hunter Farrelly,
yes.
Boy, just raced through.
By the way, you're doing the votes, so I have to remind you.
Thanks, Dave. I'll think about those. He would certainly be in the conversation, I reckon.
Jackson Owens, right behind this one, only 20 out. Oh, and he's missed to the near side. Might not be a factor now, given the margins out to 31 points, but not a great shot on goal there from Jackson Owens. 9-17, plays 6-4 here at Youngtown.
So 2 goals, 3 there for Jackson Owens today. Short pass finds Byrne. Byrne handballs off, and the ball goes down the wing here for Deloraine. Leading the race there is Chilcott, and he takes the mark opposite wing on that outside wing here at Youngtown. Chilcott pops from the boot, goes for distance, gets into height with that kick too. Comes off hands, goes past everyone. There's a handball over the head there from Seb Page. We're going to work out okay here for South Launceston as they move this ball forward, and mark taken inside 50 by Logan Smith. So Logan Smith here has a bounce. Chips it across the goals. Gibson, ooh, yeah, that's out of bounds on the full. Yeah, it is. So out of bounds on the full here, so a kick on goal from Deloraine.
That should be 50.
And 50, it is 50. So it'll be Bramage. Nate Bramage will be the recipient of the free kick and the 50 and the goal. So Bramage puts it through. So just keeping him in touch here, Dave Moore. Keeping him in touch.
Groups, I took my eyes off that. What was a 54, did you see?
I didn't give the ball back.
Didn't give the ball back. Okay, thank you.
Right. So it was a kick across the ground that sailed out of bounds on the full. Free kick for out of bounds on the full, and then the 50 there against Gibson for not giving the ball back. So results in a goal to Nate Bramage. He's kicked 2 goals. And Deloraine just bridged that gap a little bit. We've gone 12 minutes in this final quarter.
Just repeating, Carlton beat the Suns earlier by 13 points. Oh, Hawthorn are playing groups. They're up and running.
Yeah, up against the Dons. Yep.
14-8 they lead in the early days. So an energised Essendon after their win last week. But you'd expect the Hawks to win that one. But handy goal there for South Launceston. For Deloraine, sorry.
The Launceston-Longford game, that's a later one this afternoon. They get underway at 4:30 this afternoon.
Correct. That's why we couldn't get a score.
That's why we couldn't get a score for that one.
Absolutely. So we've got a ball up here. Technical side of the centre circles for Deloraine. Still a chance. A lot will have to go right from here. But we'll see what happens. Charlesworth, little handball away. Ryan Byrne emerges. Kicks around the corner, but getting back there is Lockie Taylor. Taylor, short kick to Brennan Taylor. 45 kick to Charlesworth, who's under pressure there from Jackson Milburn. Charlesworth takes the mark at half back. Cruises off the mark. Spots a target up the wing.
Dealt with it afterwards, downfield.
Yes, downfield. And that's Jackson Milburn with that one. That's a bit of a waste of a free kick there. It's gone from a contested ball on the wing to a South Launceston possession. Taking it there was Lowe. Now to Holt. Holt 60 out, centering footy. Oliver Dean rises high, 1 grab, 2, can't take it. Releases now to Owens, this way, that away. Short kick, not 15. Round the corner, Lockie Harris. Scores are behind. 9-18-72. To 7-4-46. Here's Matt Donaldson.
And it's Deloraine to bring this one back in through Bloomfield. Bloomfield goes long down the wing, but that's a good grab. Good intercept mark there taken by Kurt Hibbs. So Hibbs right in front of our broadcast position for South Launceston. We're going almost 14 minutes in this final term. 9-18-72, 7-4-46. Hibbs short pass trying to find Holt. And was cut off there by Chilcott. Gets this down. Hallow holding the ball against Gibson. A chance for Deloraine. Sweeping handball over the top from Bramage. Finds Chilcott. Chilcott. Handball off. Here's a chance through Byrne. Byrne didn't quite come off how he would have liked it. It's in the pocket now for Milburn. Milburn trying to run around and gets a kick off the ground, but it goes out of bounds on the full. In that forward pocket, it'll be a South Launceston relieving kick.
Yeah, Ryan Byrne kicking on the run there for 40. Just didn't quite have the balance of the poise. And Milburn tried to make something of it, but couldn't quite get a quality kick away. So it's Charlesworth now for South Launceston in the back pocket. Goes short, finds Harris. Been good today, Lockie Harris, right in front of the scoreboard. 26-point margin, 14 and a half minutes gone. Harris, long, high kick. It sounded great off the boot, and that's a terrific mark on the far side. Is that Chase Oliver? Help me out, Matt Chatwin.
It's Hibbs.
It is. It's Hibbs, thank you. Kurt Hibbs over there. So Hibbs. Kick up further up the wing. Front position. Brendan Taylor was being held. Used his experience there. Got the front position. So they can launch an attack here, the Bulldogs. He plays on now with the stand rule. Kick in the Oliver Dean direction. Big thump from behind. At the front, Toby Morrison dispossessed. Ball says the Deloraine crowd. Umpire says no.
Free kick Toby Morrison.
Free kick Toby Morrison.
Held without, I think.
I think it was. One of those ones that could have gone either way, but it goes the Bulldogs' way. Toby Morrison. Another opportunity here. As Matt Donaldson goes for another lolly. He's consumed a few today, Matt.
I have, actually. Just keep it. It's a two-game day today, Dave, so just keeping the energy levels up.
Only overindulged there. So Toby Morrison now is retreated outside, attacking 50. 26 points is the current margin. Floodlight gleaming in the background. Dark skies over Ben Lomond. Here's Toby Morrison for goal. I reckon he's missed that one as well. Almost up to 20 behinds now. 9-19-73 to 7-4-46. Here's Matt Donaldson.
So Deloraine to bring this ball back in through Liam Taylor. Taylor chips this one. Dangerous ball. Morrison, just goes over Morrison's hands and it finds Bloomfield. So Bloomfield, and half back for Deloraine. Chips it out. He's got a player out wide. He does in Killick. Killick looks to draw the man. And instead, he goes further downfield. This could potentially be a bit of a lasso. No, the boys will get their hands on it first. That was Jackson Milburn with the sweeping handball over the top. Loose footy to be won here. South Launceston handball back through Alex Jordan. Kick partially smothered. Here's Gibson. Gibson got a hand to it. Loose footy. Players converging here. Lots of players around this ball. That's not going to come out as yet. And the umpire blows his whistle and says, give it to me. We've been going 17 minutes in the final term here. South Launceston at 9-19-73. Deloraine 7-4-46.
And it's a ball up, as Matt said. Chance here for the Kangaroos. They get a clearance here. Cade Howe with the big thump. Released though here. Oliver in around the ball. Up in defence. Gets it to Ryder Bug. Not been caught without it. Ryder Bug goes a second time. Get the scrappy footy here. Been a good game of footy though. Deloraine next week. North Launceston, they'll start favourites there. We're covering that game here on City Park Radio. Up they go. Cade Howe. Just pushes his opponent out of the way. Might have got the tap. And just a bit of ugly footy here. Groups, just give us some stats to fill the gap here.
Clearance is South Launceston 7-2. Inside 50, South Launceston 8-4 for Deloraine. Intercept marks 4 taken by South Launceston this quarter.
Okay, they got on top in a lot of areas of the game. Holding the ball against Chase Oliver. So here's a chance, Darcy Hewitt. Probably too far out to score. Player on the mark is on 50. Big Darcy. Has he got a goal today, Matt?
No, he doesn't. Not today. No.
He goes to the pocket. Ryan Byrne is his target. He's got it.
Got it.
Now, yes, he pushed his teammate out. In fact, it was James Newsom, beg your pardon. With, the big push out there on Kurt Hibbs. And Hibbs will take the free kick.
So Hibbs will take the free kick in the back pocket here for South Launceston. Into our 19th minute here of the last quarter. Hibbs goes long down the line, up towards Gibson. Gibson flies, comes off hands, been a free kick. Whistle blown, it's going South Launceston's way. In the meantime, I think advantage has been taken. It has. So we're down half forward. Here's Nason in a good one-on-one with Atkins. Play on, says the umpire. Dave Moore umpiring beside me, but eventually we end up with a hole in the ball call.
Goes against Nason.
And it goes against Nason, so it's a free kick to Liam Taylor.
Gee, I like these Deloraine faithful.
They are very, very passionate. They've made the journey up the highway. In the meanwhile, here's Farrelly in the centre of the ground, gets a handball to Logan Smith. Farrelly gets it back, chips this one up towards centre half forward, being chopped off. And chopped off there by Tyler Killick. He's been pretty good today. Killick at half back. Short pass, finds Bloomfield. Bloomfield in the centre of Youngtown Oval. Handball over the top to find Chilcott. He does just that. Gets it forward towards the 74 in neat and bombs this one inside. 50. Oh, it comes off hands. That was Kurt Hibbs. Came off his shoulder. Loose footy in the pocket for Deloraine. Tackled immediately there was Logan Smith. And we see it out for a boundary throw in the forward pocket for Deloraine. 20 minutes gone, final quarter.
Chance here for Deloraine. I think the time clock's against them now. 5 goals required. 10 minutes probably at most of playing time left. Maybe less than that based on the other quarters. Let's see. There's the boundary throw in on the tap. Deloraine there with Dylan Gleeson. A lot of players around the contest. It's going to be hard to fashion a shot on goal from here for the Kangaroos. Nason in the ruck here. The big fella. Impressed with him all season. Takes it out of the ruck. Releases the handball. Woodcock Davis. And he gets as far as Hewitt. And they see it over the boundary line.
He does that a bit, doesn't he, Nason? Takes the ball out of the ruck. It's been pretty impressive in the ruck from what I've seen. Both him and Oliver Dean done really well in the ruck today. So another boundary throw in. 21 minutes now gone in this final quarter. South Lonnie 73, Deloraine 46. Boundary throw in. Perhaps a chance for Deloraine. There's a lot of players. Nason does again, goes to double fister. Gets it down through Harris. Harris bombs this in the centre of the ground. Grant Holtz at the back. Thought the footy might have come over his way. It still might. Loose footing in the ground to be won. Getting onto it is Tom Graham. Graham pursed this one forward inside 50. Matthew Lee in pursuit, but the boundary line beats him. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Final score at Rochalee, Matt, it was Scottsdale 10-8-68, defeated North Launceston 8-11-59. So tightened up there late, 9-point margin. So I've got a 2-point margin and a 9-point margin in the Premier League today. And we've got 27 here at the moment. So I'd say that looking at aggregate margins,
good. This is
been
good
by
round
far,
of footy, absolutely.
since the start of last season, by far the best. There's long shadows here at Youngtown Oval. So it's getting towards sunset. Oliver wins the tap. Here's a chance. Lockie Harris tackled with it. Lee fashions a shot. And they get their 20th behind as it ricochets over the behind line. 9-20-74. Plays 7-4-46. Bloomfield, gee, that's a risky kick. Looking for Chilcott. Up against the other number 2 in Graham. Graham paddles it forward. Chilcott picks it up. That's Kai Chilcott. And we'll get a ball up the back end of centre square. So Deloraine, they've fought manfully. Regardless of what happens now, they'll be happy with this performance, no doubt about it.
Free kick.
Free kick going the Roos way. They are going to have to face one of these teams.
Absolutely,
in the final.
I think there's
that
a lot
first
of
final.
positives.
And today brings belief as Leighton Bluefield goes wide. And that's almost a good mark, not quite taken over there by Dylan Gleeson. He has a recovery, gets a free kick for over the shoulder. So Gleeson, the 22-minute mark, he's looking inside. He's got plenty of options inside. And gets it to a teammate there in Jack Durack, who's been fairly quiet today. Has to play on now. He put himself under a bit of pressure. Goes wide to Blizzard. Oh, he's dropped an easy mark. Opens the door there.
That's a good tackle, though. Lays a good tackle, though,
if you make a mistake, the best way to atone is to lay a big tackle. And young Blizzard has done that, and he's won himself a free kick on the wing.
He's been pretty impressive today.
Yep.
I like the game from Blizzard. He's rocking the purple boots too, hurricane-style boots. He goes backwards and finds Liam Taylor. A chance here for a switch of play. So Chilcott has this one. Could come out further afield here and find Caleb Atkins, and he does just that. This is Atkins right on the paint of 50. Comes in towards Last, Jaden Last.
I'm not sure about this tactic here.
Right in front of the interchange gates. Last finally comes down the line here. A couple of options on. Front spot there was Oliver Clark. Bounces off his hands. Here's South Launceston. Will Gibson again tries to get it. Chilcott tackled immediately. Umpire will come in. Hello, there's been a high tackle. And again, a little bit going on there. But a free kick for a high tackle going the way of Chilcott. So Chilcott right in front of us. Fair bit going on in the crowd as well. Chilcott bombs this down like, Bloomfield! Oh, it takes a nice grab.
Mark of the
1,
day.
2 bites of the cherry. That's a great grab.
50.
And a 50-metre penalty. So, some late chances here for Deloraine, Dave. Great grab by Bloomfield. Got it on the way back down. And he's going to be the recipient of a 50-metre penalty here.
And that's what he can do, Matt. That's why I think he should be forward.
Yeah,
and I
look,
think
he looks dangerous
They
in
haven't
that position.
got a big marking target.
Yep.
And that's what Leighton Bloomfield gives them. And that's why he's kicked 11 goals this year when he's been up there.
So he started the day in defence. He's down forward now, up forward. Leighton Bloomfield comes in, a chance to kick a late one. Bloomfield has missed to the right side. So Bloomfield, and right on the final siren too. So Bloomfield puts through or behind, but it is South Launceston taking the win here at Youngtown this afternoon. That final score, 9-20-74, defeating Deloraine at 7-46. Our goal kickers take you through the South Launceston ones first. So multiples to Chase Oliver, he kicked 2. Hunter Farrelly kicked 2. Jackson Owens kicked 2, and singles all in the last quarter, and they were crucial goals as well because it did put some scoreboard difference on there. Tom Graham, Matthew Lee and Oliver Dean all kicked a goal in the last quarter. And for Deloraine, multiple goal kickers. Ben Smith kicked 2, Nate Bramage kicked 2, and singles to Jackson Milburn, James Newson and Flynn Tuin.
So I think, is there another point on that score, Rick? Yep, so 7-5-47 the last score there, and good to see players shaking hands. We had a few moments here and there, but it was a pretty tough game, and Anthony Taylor and Nick Milburn having a bit of a chat there, the two coaches. And look, it's been a great day for the Premier League, Matt.
Absolutely,
congratulations
Dave,
to South Launceston. Don't get me wrong, they were a better team. They probably could have won by more if they'd have kicked straighter. But for the competition, to have 3 results, all under 5 goals.
Great result.
That's what the NTFA have been looking for, to get, we're still going to see some blowouts this season. But, we are starting to narrow that gap between the top teams and the lower teams. And Chris Sayers out there, I think he might have grabbed Hunter Farrelly, who was a big player in that last quarter.
Yeah, I got Hunter here. You get the gig, mate. The commentators reckon you played a great game.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Look, Deloraine really had the pressure up until the last quarter, didn't they?
Yeah, they really come. They brought the pressure and that made us a bit sloppy. Obviously that showed throughout the game, and yeah, they put it on the scoreboard too. Yeah, maybe.
And you're an accurate kicker, kept them in the game too.
Yeah, especially that last quarter. I felt we probably should have been another 5 goals clear. We had some easy shots and just missed. And we're just lucky it didn't hurt us.
It's a good indication of how close this competition's come throughout the year, hasn't it?
Yeah, certainly getting a lot closer. Yeah.
Because Longford's just beaten Launceston as well.
Yeah, I heard that. Someone said it before.
So look, it marks well for the finals, because these two sides will probably play each other in the finals somewhere.
Yeah, 100%. We probably will. Yeah, whoever finishes third will match up against Del most likely. So, yeah.
Thanks for the chat and good luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.
That's Hunter Farrelly there with Chris Sayer, and I thought it was good to talk to Hunter there. Look, he lit it up in that last quarter. If you think about the difference with those three or four clearances, he kicked goals over the day. So I think he was influence your votes there, Matt.
I think he might have done, but I've been really impressed, and just his pace as well, Dave. When he had it, he made something happen. I found the 3-1 really difficult.
Well, keep thinking, because we need to get Groups' stats before we finish up. Go for Groups.
South Launceston well on top of the hitouts over the day, 38 to Deloraine's 13. Clearances, 26 for South Launceston and 21 to Deloraine. Inside 50s finished up, 43 for South Launceston and 36 for Deloraine. Marks inside 50, 12 for South Launceston and the 3 for Deloraine. Intercept marks, 17 from South Launceston, 13 from Deloraine, and free kicks, South Launceston had 28, Deloraine 30.
Yeah, so interesting stats there. South had a lot of the ball in that last quarter with those 10 entries to 6. Chris Sayer, what a great game of footy.
It was, wasn't it? And interestingly, both coaches have got their side still out on the ground. I just happened to walk past the Deloraine huddle, and I heard the coach mention one word quite a few times in the few seconds as I walked past. The word was opportunity. Interesting, isn't it? Deloraine was so close to that last quarter. They had a great opportunity to knock off one of the top sides.
Absolutely. Chris, I might get you out there and see if you can get a word with Nick Milburn, the coach, as he comes off. If he's up for just a couple of grabs, he's talking to his players, but we'll say a farewell for you for the moment, but see if we can grab Nick at the end there, just to see if we can get a quick thought for him post-game. Okay, just repeating that final score, 9-20-74. South Launceston, Deloraine 7-5-47. Just repeating, Longford had a close win over Launceston, a bit of an upset there at Windsor Park by 2 points. And also was North Launceston going down to Scottsdale by 9 points. And to see if Chris Sayer's got a quick word with Nick Milburn after that game. Chris, over to you.
Yeah, look, Nick, congratulations on putting up a great fight. I mean, it was a great game for us spectators. It was a great game.
Yeah, a little bit disappointed. Obviously, we've had a pretty bad fortnight coming off a couple of bad losses, and we've been working on a few things during the week, and we really wanted to bounce back, and that was our key focus on a few little things today. But the biggest thing was to bounce back against a solid opposition, a top 2 side in the competition. South's a really good team, and to come out and produce what we did today was really pleasing. Even though a loss, we don't want to be celebrating losses, but to bounce back and now drive these last 5 weeks with finals coming up, with finals on the line with us. If we can win another couple of games, we've got something to strive for, and just good for us to bounce back.
Yeah, and especially after Longford beat Launceston today.
I just heard that 2 seconds ago, so that sends the competition a bit wide open, doesn't it? Knowing that the sort of cut the bottom sides can still match it with the top sides. So
as the year's gone on, you feel the side that competitions coming together like that, getting closer games?
Yeah, I think it is. Obviously last year was like really a 2-horse race, and the first year of the competition being the Premier League, and it's slowly starting to settle down and even out a little bit with a few of these teams beating the top sides, and I think with the two new teams coming in 2 years' time, it's going to be a really good competition to produce young talent and a good standard of footy.
Look, thanks for the chat. A great game today. Well done.
Appreciate it. Thanks, mate.
That's Nick Milburn there, sharing his thoughts with Chris Sayer, and some good thoughts
done.
there. So,
Really
great. I mean, I keep saying it, but a good day for the competition. We've been striving to get those 3 competitive games.
Yep.
As I said, there still might be blowouts as the season progresses.
Absolutely, Dave.
But we're seeing, Deloraine today. I thought right from the very first bounce they came to play.
Yeah.
And South Launceston, I'm not saying they were complacent. I'm sure they weren't. Anthony Taylor would not let any of his teams be complacent.
No.
But they'll be happy to get a good workout today, coming off the bye, as they all had last week.
And even that messaging there about we're not into celebrating losses,
No,
however,
that's
just
right.
taking the positives out of this, and they pressed them all afternoon, so lots of positives. Oh, mate, I've got the 3-2-1. Oh, this is a tough one, Dave.
Okay,
so
go for it.
I've gone with 1 vote to Oliver Dean. I thought he was great in the ruck contest because him and Nason shared the ruck duel, but I thought Oliver Dean was great, and then provided a strong marking target up forward as well, and took a few really nice contested grabs. 2 votes, I've gone Ryan Byrne from Deloraine. I thought he had a great game, fantastic run and carry with some really good contested marks and made things happen for Deloraine. Probably no surprise, I've gone for Hunter Farrelly with the 3 votes. I just thought his dash and carry, and he would look to make things happen for South Launceston, and just his pace when he got that ball, particularly in the corridor, put the afterburners on, and he was out of there, took a bounce and drove that one inside 50. So Hunter Farrelly, 3 votes today.
Thanks very much there to Matt Donaldson. Thanks to you, Groobs. Great job as usual.
Yeah, thank you, Groobs.
No worries. No, good afternoon.
You've got the week off next week watching the Hawks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, North Melbourne, I think, down at UTAS.
Yes.
Yep, so we'll see how that goes. And Matt,
Absolutely. So I'm off for a couple. I'm
yes.
away for the next 2 weekends. Yes, I'll be at the Hawks game groups, and then I'm in Melbourne the following weekend watching Melbourne Freo, but back on deck in a couple of weeks' time with Dave on the 15th.
Thanks to Chris Sayer on the boundary day. Great work. Thoroughly enjoyable contest as I left his switch on too long. Thanks to Ron Camplin in the studio today. It's deputising for Chris Ball. Done a great job getting us to air. Thanks to our cameraman on the stream there, Joe Dedman, who's done a terrific job, as he always does, with the the AFL Tas live stream. So thank you to you, Job. And Rick, we cannot mention Rick.
Always great fun up here with Rick.
It's the only time we're on with a timekeeper, and it's a tough job, and he really tolerates us, and I think he enjoys us having a bit of banter. So thanks to Rick and that timekeeping spot. Well, that's it from us here at Youngtown. Turned out to be a terrific contest, and South Launceston 9-20-74 defeated Deloraine 7-5-47. Bye for now.